You are not you. You're me. No shit.
Hightailed it out of there.
Are you crazy? Don't go between them! Go between them! Are you crazy?
Good morning. Good morning. So it's another glorious Saturday morning, and I've got so many things that I've got planned today. Actually, I'm running a little bit behind, and so we didn't start the stream right at 10 o'clock my time. I had to make my family breakfast and stuff because I want to leave right from here and just go. We got so many things to do, and partly I have to go to the post office again. Went last week, and Video Pro sent me something to my PO box, and it's just not there. And so it's there. It's like at that post office, but it wasn't in my PO box. So we got to figure that out. And then I have to mail some things out, but I'm out of stuff to mail things. And so because I haven't posted anything since we've lived here. So yeah, so I have to do that because last week's winter, I got to get that posted out. So I have to get some package supplies and that. So we have to go, and we're gonna leave and pretty much make an entire day out of it. Now, unfortunately, it's not about finding movies. I wish it was. It's just normal everyday errands, which kind of feels like I'm not excited for it. It's just a lot going on for today. So we have that. And we're not going to do the late fees episode today because I have a lot. Well, I'm not going to show you. I have a lot of things that I have to work on and I have to get them out. Like the videos have to come out next week. So I'm going to be spending my entire week watching that, or weekend watching this stuff. And so there's that. But then I wanted to ask you guys, like, should I bring that back? So I liked making that Friday video, and it doesn't have to be on Friday. It could be any day. And it was the late fees episode where, I just talk about movies from the video rental store era. And so like I've always said, like when I worked at the video store, I didn't have a ton of those like stories where this happened or that happened, but it was just like, I just missed that time period. And so just talking about only movies that lived in the video rental store era as recommendations, I liked it. I liked doing it. But then YouTube kept saying, people don't like this, do something else. And so I listened to it, but I didn't, it felt like a lot of work. And then YouTube just kept saying that to me. And so I was like, you know what, I'll just add it into the live stream. But then like last week, I kind of felt like I rushed it, and it wasn't as good of recommendation. It felt more like, hey guys, I'm watching this stuff, and then take it or leave it. But when I recommend the videos, I'm like, hey, this is why you should watch it. This is my memory of it. This is how it felt. Like it just felt different. So I don't know if I should bring that back, but I liked it. I did like doing it. It was just an awful lot of work, and YouTube kept saying nobody likes this. So there was that. And then, but anyway, good morning. Good morning. We have a lot of things to talk about today. And the main focus is 2026. Is this the year of physical media? It feels different. And that's why I asked that, because I've noticed more and more there's stuff that's just, I'm seeing trailers for things, and and it says movie theater only. It's going to be in theaters only. And I keep seeing that. And I understand in this modern day of everything's going to streaming, there has to be that conversation now. But just the fact that so many new things are just going to theaters only or going to theaters first, I see that shift. I see it change. I've been outspoken on a lot of modern movies in the past few years of how much I didn't like them and why I continually go back to the older movies. I'm never going to stop going back to the older movies. But this year, I have found myself enjoying so many more movies, and it's just things that newer stuff, like all this new stuff. And even though, not all of it is the greatest, I've had so much more fun watching it. And all of it seems to be coming out to physical media, which has always been that war drum for years now. Physical media is dying. This is happening. This is, the sky is falling every day. And, there's times where even like I didn't really feel it, but like I could see where it's coming from. This studio's closing, this physical media label's shutting down, like this company got gobbled up by this company. Like there's nails in the coffin, and you could always argue that, but it just seems to be getting better and better. And with all this new stuff coming out to disc, I'm definitely stoked. That's just my opinion. I think 2026 is going to be a rock solid year for movies in general and getting stuff on home video for the first time. But good morning, everybody. We're going to dive into all of that stuff, but I want to know your opinions. And as always, hit up the community tab over here because we have built a community, and I do like to see what you guys are watching too. And it's just, I enjoy that. I enjoy it. You can obviously tell me here, people do, but post a picture of what you got going on. It's just, and just throw it up there. I really do enjoy that. But good morning. Good morning, Sith Brick. Good morning, brother. And Video Pro. Good morning, brother. Good morning. And hi from Stacy. Good morning, Stacy. And morning, Bob. Good morning, brother. Good morning, Arthur. Let's see. Good morning. Good morning, Jesse James. Good morning, brother. Hey, good morning, everyone. Nice with the everyone. I almost missed that one. Oh, man.
Bring me everyone. What do you mean, everyone?
Everyone!
Yes, everyone. Nice. Got you there this morning. Or you got that this morning. Nice. Let's see. What do we got? Yes, here we go. Here we're going to dive into all the new stuff I'm excited for. Arrow is knocking it out of the park. And there are people that blanket statement say Arrow's the best, and they're just doing like if Arrow wasn't putting out the movies that you want, then maybe you wouldn't say they're the best. Because, it just really depends. Like, I think Arrow does an amazing job, and they are in my top 3 favorite physical media labels of all time. But, like, I just keep seeing that constant, like, Arrow's knocking it out of the park. And all the new releases, and I'm not gonna throw anybody under the bus, but somebody sent me a picture of all the new releases for Arrow, and I'm like, oh, man, I need them all. I'm stoked. It's a loaded deck. And they were like, it's kind of light. And because it really just depends on if the movies are for you. And the thing is, there's, not every movie is made for everybody, but there's a movie for you. So in that stack, like there's several of them that I've seen, and I don't have any of those in the collection. They're coming out in June. But what we're talking about here, Falling Down, yeah, very excited about that. I don't have it in the collection. I remember renting it on VHS back in the day. I don't think I've ever owned it. And I have revisited over the years. So I might have seen it on cable at some point or whatever, but I don't have it. And this is going to be an easy pickup. But there's a ton of movies like Soylent Green. I don't have that. I actually made my wife watch that a few years ago, and she was disgusted. But I also think like Soylent Green would be a hidden sleeper if it wasn't a meme. It's a modern day meme. And so like I see it all the time on the internet, but Soylent Green would be one. And I don't remember everything else, but everything else, either I've seen it and I love it, and I just don't have it, or they were on my radar for a long time. So pretty much the entire June stack, I think Arrow's getting my money this time, but I can't always say that. I do love them. I think they do a fantastic job, but I've just seen so many times where like people are like, man, Arrow's the best. And they are great at what they do. They really are. But it really just boils down to the movies that they're putting out, because people weren't saying Arrow was the best years ago when they were putting out a lot of things like Vinegar Syndrome does, where it was just like a lot of the low budget or no name, things that people don't remember, the B movies, the horror stuff, like the obscure titles. Years ago, that's what Arrow kind of started on, and that's what they were. And I've even seen, I remember videos being put out, did Arrow lose their way? And it was because fans were liking the older stuff and more of the obscure stuff, very similar to Vinegar Syndrome. And then they were starting to put out more mainstream stuff the bigger they got. And so it really just all depends on if they're putting out the titles you love. That is a reality. But I do think they do a good job. But yeah, Falling Down, nice. I'm super excited about that one for sure. Let's see. What we got? I'd be more excited for Falling Down with new commentary. Would you like to do a new commentary? It doesn't have one, just the archive one. That's the thing is that, and so that's also the other thing too, is like some people get excited over all of that new content. Some people just get excited over the new movie or just having the movie themselves. So it really just depends on what kind of a collector you are. For me, I love getting new stuff. Now, if I already owned that movie and I thought that the Blu-ray was fantastic, it would be hard for me to get it as a day one. But I do love the movie, so it would be something I was getting no matter what. But having new stuff that I have never seen before, yeah, sure, that would push me to get it harder or get it day one or get it sooner. But the fact that I don't have it, easy day one, and I swear I watched that on VHS back in the day. So anytime I've ever seen it, I never had access to special features. So yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah, new stuff, great. But even the archival stuff, I've never seen it because I didn't have the DVD. I didn't have a Blu-ray. Yeah, I'm give me the archival stuff. I'm in. And the thing is, everybody's collecting journey, everybody's movie watching journey is going to be different. And I've seen the movie. I've seen the movie a bunch of times. I never owned it, and I'm going to be owning it. I'm excited. Let's see. What do we got? And Lollipop. Let's see. Lollipop 370. Just finished watching your latest video about collecting. People get mad at how you collect are odd people. Plus, what's the everyone clip from? It is from Leon the Professional. So there's a scene in it where Gary Oldman, he says, "Bring me everyone," and then they say, "Bring me everyone," at a question mark, and then he turns around and yells. And that whole scene, it's amazing. I've loved that movie since I saw it when I was like 11, and that scene was very powerful. And it wasn't until later, as a full adult, where like the internet was pushing all kinds of weird information that people didn't know, and apparently that scene wasn't like supposed to be in the film, and apparently he like practiced the scene quietly, like he whispered it almost every time, and then so when he actually did yell it, it took everybody off guard, which is incredible. And I love Gary Oldman, and that movie is fantastic. But yes, if you say everyone in a comment, the first person to say everyone every stream, we play the clip because I like it, and it's just part of the this live stream lore. But yes, it's from Leon the Professional. And everywhere else in the world, it's known as Leon. Just here, it's the Professional. Yeah, and started watching a few weeks ago. Great show. Thanks. Well, I appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoy it. Beach Boy 57. Thank you. And welcome. Welcome. Let's see. I'd be more excited for Falling Down with new commentary. Who would you like to do new commentary? Does it have one? Just the archive. Wait, did we already read this? Why did it? I jumped to. I already read that. Yeah. Here we go. Hello from Ohio. 58 degrees. Yeah, nice. I was like, it's like 30 degrees here. So yeah, Ohio. I go to Ohio once a year. Once a year we do like this. My in-laws live in Ohio, so we go there once a year. But yeah, nice. Um, All right, let's see, just catch up here. Here we go. I'm the Danish friend he mentions here and there in his videos. Yes, yes. Yeah, and most of the time I don't even say that. I just say I have a friend from another country. So it's just there's that. Because there was this thing a long time ago, like because I would refer to things, and my longest internet friend is Eric Grant. He lives in Australia, and he comes up, and because obviously time zone difference, he's never here for these morning streams. But if I do a late stream randomly, he'll show up there. But and you'll see him in the comments. But a great dude. We've been friends for a long time, and he lives in Australia. And so like I said this weird thing one time, and I was just like, I don't believe like there's America and not America, and that's what I believe in. And so that's always stuck with him, and so he's my not American friend. And my other one is from another country because I can't have two not American friends. That's the way it worked out in my head. It was just this weird thing I said many years ago, live streaming late at night, and it stuck. It stuck. Yeah. So not, and I just like, but I don't want to always like, try to explain that I said something stupid years ago, and I think it's funny, but like in videos. So I try to like just say, oh, he's from another country. because in my head, it always pops up in my head, always. And then yeah, it's just it's one of those things for sure. All right, what do we got? Let's see. Oh, for sure. Annie Morgan. Good morning, brother. Dig what you dig, collect what you want, how you want, however, collect responsibly. Yeah, that is definitely a thing. And so it is, it really does. It's wild the amount of times like you can go, I can find video, I can actually pull up specific comments and like and see it. Like I just have to like it's not even just finding them. There's like a button where I can search like certain words if I remember them, and then it'll show all the comments with those words. And there was this one guy used to get so mad at me because I would talk about packaging and I wouldn't just talk about the film. And so like especially if something new was coming out, and then he would go on these like long rant tirades and like it's totally fine. I'm not telling you anything, but like you can get whatever you want, buy whatever you want. But then he would get so mad at me the way I bought it. And like the fact that I bought the fan, I know that like I talked about it before, and somebody else was just like, in the comments, and they were just something like along the lines of, it's nothing new. It's nothing new. You don't need to buy that. The thing is, I do. I'm an imprint collector. I like imprint, and so I did need to buy it. There is nothing new. It's nothing special, but having the imprint version, it was important to me. And some people just want to watch the movie. And my attitude is, if you just want to watch the movie, there's a million ways to do that. So it doesn't matter. But it's part of like in every collecting hobby, you have different avenues. Like some people collect, a certain portion of it. They collect all of it. They collect obscure things. Like just look at like book collectors. Book collectors are, on the crazy end because, some of the like first editions, it's the same words no matter what book you get, but a first edition is very important to them. And I would never go, oh my God, that's ridiculous. I actually look at it and say, oh my God, that's actually pretty cool. It's a first edition. It's special to you. It's special to your collection. And all of us are on a different journey. So no matter what, we're all going to have different movies that we enjoy, different times in our life when we've seen movies. There's movies that have been around forever, and I don't know how I've missed them. And that's why I do that. And that's part of the like, I'm behind on that series that you picked it because I was waiting for some of those movies to come in. And the thing is, there's some great movies that I have missed, and you guys recommend them to me on a monthly basis. And so I have a whole pile here now that I got to get through so we can talk about them because they're movies I've never seen, and some of them so far are just amazing. So yeah, we're all on a different journey, and the how people get mad at somebody else is just beyond me because like my dad told me this thing a long time ago. When I was a kid, I never understood it, but I completely understand it now. If you're not welcome someplace, like just don't be there. Like so if you don't like what I'm doing, then just don't be there. But people show up on a regular basis to hate watch or thumbs down or say a really crappy comment. And the amount of people that focus on my beard is weird. It is wild and weird. It doesn't bother me. I could care less, but it is like nothing to do with anything I'm saying ever. And it's like this weird off the cuff comment about the beard. And it's almost never even like nice. Like once in a blue moon, you'll get the cool beard, nice beard, something like that. But a lot of times it's like, take a shower, you dirty hippie. And I'm like, what? What did they have to do with anything? It's just, and the whole beard thing isn't even like the whole hippie thing. Like obviously, clearly, and like I don't sound like a hippie. I don't even listen to music. Like I don't even have any of those things going on. But the whole beard thing is, I got out of the Navy and I never shaved again. 6 years of my life, I had to shave every single day that I went to work. Like obviously on the weekends, I didn't shave. They said you were supposed to, but I never did. But 6 years of my life, I had to shave every single day. And before then, I always had some kind of facial hair, and it was always like nicer and cleaner to the face. But yeah, I got out of the Navy. And then when I got out of the Navy, it was like almost instantly all of the rules changed. Like before I went in, every job I ever had, if you could have a beard, you almost always had to like grow it ahead of time. Because like when you would go to work with stubble and stuff, like you would get yelled at for it. I remember getting yelled at for it. And they would be like, "Are you growing a beard?" And then I would shave like 3 days later. So there was always that. But when I got out there, like the beard rules just went out of the window. And the first job I got, like you could have a full beard. And so I was like, I'm never shaving again. And I never have. And the thing is, like, if my wife married me after I got out of the Navy, she married me, and then I grew the beard, and she can't get me to shave it or trim it down, then some stranger on the internet telling me to shave, it's never going to work. I'm just saying, it's a weird thing. But yeah, people get mad at me how I collect. People get mad at me on what I buy. And it's weird. It's weird. And it's not even like it's never an opinion thing. Like it's very rarely, an argument, like an actual, like social discord, like actual conversation. It's never that. It's always, you did this wrong and I hate it, so I'm going to let you know I hate it. It was like, okay, cool. But yeah, they do for sure. Let's see. Let's see. The chat back and forth interaction questions are fine, but not the only. Oh, so we're talking to somebody else. Okay, got it. Thanks, brother. Thanks for corralling the chat. Not to brag, but I have some first edition books. Nice. Yes, I can't even see the emojis. I see the head explosion emoji. It looks like, oh no, the smart emoji. That's what it is. It's like I got to get a bigger monitor. So we got this. I got this computer, and it's working. I feel that the streams are better. Like my workflow is better. Anytime I have to edit anything, like I went from taking hours to edit a video to down to like just a few minutes, and then encoding super fast and like getting it out great. But the next thing I'm going to buy is the spinner rack, and I was going to put it here definitely. And so I might end up getting two, because now I have to figure out all of my VHS tapes. And so those are going to be downstairs in the video game room, because we have VCR there. And every weekend, that's what we're doing anyway. We're playing video games and we're watching VCR tapes on the old 27-inch CRT TV. And so there's going to be a spinner rack there, and then I'm going to get one here for the DVDs. So those are the next two big purchases. But after that, I think I want to get like an actual TV or monitor or something here to connect the laptop up, because like this little tiny screen, even though the whole computer is working way better than the other one, it's so small and it's frustrating. All right, but anyway, what do we got? Yeah, first edition books. Nice. Well, that's the thing, is like I have some books too, and like I don't hold value in the books. Like the fact that I own them and they're great and I enjoy them, that's great. But like having special editions of those never mattered to me. And I'm a crazy person because I don't like slipcovers, and I talk about that all the time. Like only my boutique stuff has to have the like whatever slipcover it came with. That's what I want. But other than that, like I don't care about slipcovers. Books, for years, I've been throwing away the dust covers, and people lose their minds over that. I don't have any special limited edition books. I don't have anything that you couldn't just walk into a Barnes & Noble that day and just pick it up off the shelf, hardcover. But I buy all the books in hardcover. And so I do that. But all the slipcovers, gone. I don't like them. I hate them. I hate them. And it is that whole like concept of don't judge a book by its cover. And like because you have a cover with the slip cover, the dust cover, and I don't like it. But you take it off, and usually it's just a plain color with like a different color binding, and it looks interesting. You got gold lettering, sometimes different lettering, and then there's a few books. There's an interesting like symbol on the actual book, and so I've always liked that. But yeah, yeah, I'm not huge into books, but I have like if I were to say I have a very modest library, and then even that is a lot of that library is for. Because I homeschool my kid. And so a lot of it's for that. So there's a lot of that. But I have like in this room, I have a selection of movie related books and that type of stuff. I have some of that stuff. But yeah, nothing first edition. Here we go. Let's see. What Western do you think should get a new special edition that's excellent? I love always two questions. I don't know. I'm not the biggest Western fan, and so the Westerns I do have, I've never held them in such high regard where I thought it needed a crazy special edition. For me, I get in a mood where I want to watch a few Westerns, I watch those, and then I don't have that mood till probably the next year. And I can't even tell you what the mood is. Just randomly, I'll just get in a mood where I want to watch a Western. And then in that time, like I'll do a marathon. I'll watch a whole bunch at a time, but I've never had one that just stood out to me that was like crazy amazing. I've enjoyed them. And and so when I do, I'm working on this. It's a very long, ridiculous video, but it's my entire complete collection. And in there, I have the few Westerns. We'll talk about those, and I'll tell you what I feel about them. That's the whole point. So yeah, I'm working on it. But yeah, I can't off the top of my head. I can't even recall what I have other than 3:10 to Yuma. I had one of the Dollars Trilogy movies, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. That's the only one I ever had on Blu-ray. And so I still got to pick up the Dollars Trilogy. Yeah, there's that. I have some odd ones. I have Channing Handler, some other ones, but yeah, nothing. And even that one, Channing Handler is the Olive signature thing. So it's not even like, and I might even be saying it wrong because I haven't seen it in a while, but I have the Olive signature one, and technically that's a special edition. It's got some special features that the original Olive Films release didn't have. So there's that. But yeah, there's that. There was an Olive Films big box recently put out, and so I might want to go back and get that. But like I said, the computer ended up being a priority, so a lot of the things I wanted to get this month got pushed off, and then everything else that's coming out, it's going to be harder to go back and try to find that stuff if it's still available. So it's one of those things. Yeah, that line. So I have many leather bound books. So when I was in the Navy, there was a thing. I've never been a guy who can quote a bunch of movies. I've enjoyed them. If you say the quote, if I've seen the movie a million times, I probably know what you're talking about, or I'm like, oh yeah, one of those things. But I've never been that guy. Like my daughter can do it. My oldest daughter could do it. My youngest daughter could do it. And this guy that I worked with in the Navy, he would always just quote movies over and over and over again. And like, that's the one thing he would come up. He would quote Anchorman so much, and we'd be standing and watch. I'd be sitting in combat. I'd have headphones on, I'm staring at the radar monitor, and I'm sitting there and trying to stay awake because it's dark, it's cold. You got to wear like a jacket. They called it a foul weather jacket. You got to wear this jacket because other than that, you're going to freeze for 5 hours. So you sit there for 5 hours. You're staring at a screen, a radar screen, and it's dark in there, and it's cold. And then he would come around. He'd have his headset on, but it had a longer thing so he could walk around and talk to people and do stuff. And man, he would just come up and just whack you on the back, and he would just start quoting Anchorman. And so I have many, and he would do the voice too, like, and so it just worked. And so I remember that one. But like other than that, that's the only reason, because it was said so often. But yeah, I've never been like a usually remembering movie quotes. Even some of my favorite ones that I've seen like a million times, I don't always remember those. But yeah, that's a that's a good one, and I will always remember that because of him. Let's see. I'm a hate watcher of your content. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, Arthur. Yeah, you're the last one to mention the beard too. So yeah, you are. Do you want a Nirvana biopic? I don't necessarily know. I don't want it. I don't need it. But if it was available, I would. Now, here's the thing. Like, I'm not a streaming person, and that's where I think like biopics should live. I think they should live on television. And so anytime I've watched anything like that, even growing up my entire life, documentaries, bigger biopic type stuff, like I would prefer it there, because most of that stuff for me is one and done content. But we're seeing, and even today, there's a documentary coming out. It's kind of a big deal, but it's coming out to physical media, which is great. But anytime that I've owned some of that like documentary stuff on Blu-ray or DVD or anything, it has to be crazy important to me. Like I have the Ninja Turtle one, like that's awesome, and I watch that regularly. I have the Ray Harryhausen one, like that's awesome. Like the stuff about movies, yes, but about certain people, bands, whatever, that type of stuff, for me, that is one and done content, and I have no reason to buy it. But if it came out and I just happen to be at a place where I could watch it, I wouldn't hate it. Like, but it's also not my thing. I'm not a huge music person. So yes, there was a time when I was a teenager in high school, music was kind of always around and you just couldn't get away from it. But as I've been an adult, I have never really chosen to listen to music. I get in the car. My wife has the radio on from before when she was driving it. I get in the car to go grocery shopping, and I turn the radio off, and either I listen to nothing or I listen to like YouTube videos. I'll put on YouTube videos, put it in a cup holder, and just go. And even while I'm shopping, I'll put in the headphones and just listen to YouTube videos and listen to like almost like podcast or talk radio kind of thing. That's where I'm at in my life. So like music, like never mattered to me. I will go see the Michael one. My daughter's a huge fan of Michael Jackson. So that's one we were going to see anyway. But yeah, Michael Jackson was around my entire life. So yeah, that's one I'm into. But Nirvana, like it's one and done. If it was around, I would, but I don't need it. Let's see. Not gonna lie, I have wondered how you would look without a beard. Well, there's like none of those pictures even exist, and not even on purpose. Like it's just that constantly moving and things getting lost, and then different times of my life, like those pictures are mostly gone. There was a picture of me. There is a picture of me online. There is a picture of me on YouTube. Without it, you can actually find it. There is this documentary type style video. So when I was in the Navy, we were on the ship. I was on DG-98, so it's a destroyer, And so then there is a guy that was on there, and he wanted to be in the movies. He wanted to be in TV. He even has an IMDb page. His entire life, though, his entire adult life, he's been in the Navy, and he has this Navy career, but he always wanted to be a filmmaker. He always was like dabbling in that. We'd go on the mess decks when anybody had time off. He'd have his MacBook and he'd be recording stuff, editing stuff, and like trying to be a filmmaker. And he actually has some film credits. Like he was extras in different TV shows. And there was one that was kind of famous, and he didn't even mean to be in it. Like he just happened to be on a phone smoking a cigarette outside and turned around. And so his entire face, like, is part of the TV show. And I was like, that's wild, man. And he would always tell these stories, but they ended up kind of being true. And he was so into making movies that he walked around with his iPhone, and he just walked around and recorded us doing stupid things and making stupid videos that were funny inside jokes to people that were in the Navy. And then he posted all that stuff on the YouTube. And so there is a video out there where he took a photograph, a bunch of photographs, and he made it in this like almost movie montage. And there's me. And the thing is, I'm wearing, and I don't have it close by, but I have the brown plaid Gatsby hat that I've worn several times on these shows. I wore that. And so, cause we had underway, they would do no shave and hair down chits where you could pay, and it would go to, supporting whatever MWR event they were doing. And so you could pay, and on the weekends or on Friday, you could buy these chits for like $5 or $10. And then it would go to support whatever event they were going to do. But then you didn't have to shave that week, or girls didn't have to put their hair down up. They could leave it down while we were underway. And then there were times where they'd let you wear hats. And so there'd be a hat day, and I was never into sports. And so everybody would wear their favorite baseball hat. They had a sports team on it. And I always wore my Gatsby hat, my flat cap, my whatever you want to call it, the paperboy hat. And so I always wore that. And so there's that picture's there, me wearing that same brown plaid hat, no beard. I don't know what it's called, but with that information, good luck finding it. I know it's on YouTube. I've seen it. So yeah, that's that. And yeah, it's and then there was one photograph my wife might have it. So I was like, if I have it, maybe I'll show it off one day on live stream if I have it, because people have asked me a few times. So there's a time where I was standing roving watch, so I'm in full uniform, and I have the M4, either the M4 or the M16. I have one of those guns strapped around. I have a pistol on my waist because I was standing watch, a roving watch. It's an armed watch. And you just walk around the ship and make sure nothing goes awry, and make sure there's no threats. And somebody got a picture of me coming down the ladder well with that, and I made a pretty ridiculous pose, and so my wife has that photo somewhere, but I also think that's kind of gone too. But if it's available, maybe I'll show you. So there's no beard there. Yeah. So they do exist, but they're rare. They're very rare. Let's see. Sid the Brick says, here's what's important about the beard. What does the wife think about it? Actually, so the spouse does not like the beard. She likes it. She's liked me with facial hair, but she liked me before I had facial hair because we met in the Navy. And so I got out and I stopped shaving altogether. And she has said always she likes facial hair, but she wishes it was short. She wishes it was closer to the face and it wasn't this big. And the mustache, and like I said, like I have, and I don't do it now. You guys never see it on stream, but I got the mustache wax because I will roll it up and curl it and do the whole villain tying the damsel to the railroad tracks look. And I do that because like eating with this is not the greatest thing. And so that's why you see those old pictures where they would put wax and they would curl it and twirl it. It's so people could eat and drink and do all that. But I was like, I don't have time for all that here in these videos. Because then I also I feel like if I do that, that becomes my look, and then I have to always do it. And I don't always do it. It's usually like I put it up to eat and leave that. And so, yeah. But yeah, she doesn't like the length, but it's never been like an ultimatum thing. So it's fine. It's totally fine. My sister-in-law, her sister-in-law is very outspoken on so many things, and she is not a fan. And I was like, you don't have to be a fan. You're an in-law. You don't have to be a fan. So it's one of those things. People definitely let me know what they think of the beard all the time. Yeah, the internet. Yeah, right. It really is. It's crazy. It's crazy. I believe the minimum is 500 of what? The minimum of what? What did I miss? Just James. Um, exactly. You must run any beard plans with the wife. I didn't though. I didn't. I just kind of grew it because like I got out of the Navy and then she stayed in and we got married and then I just stopped shaving altogether. And so then 6 months later, she came home from deployment and I had a full beard and it wasn't this big. This is years of growth and I do trim it. I try to keep it this length and try to shape it up, but yeah, like I've trimmed it over the years. There was 2 times where I trimmed it real short and I've never liked it. I've never liked it. I've always liked the big beard. And like, but I could never do like the whole ZZ Top thing. I could never have it like, or a Viking thing. I can like, here's that's pretty much as big as it'll ever get, but it's years of like 11 years of growing it. Let's see. He bought an Apple, so he didn't buy a new computer. I bought a Mac. You're right. I bought into the Apple ecosystem. You bought a new computer and you still have your arm and leg. Yeah. Well, because that was the thing is it was I didn't buy it brand new. It's a good one, but it's used, but it's not really old. It's still pretty good. And I do plan on getting like somebody was telling me to get the M4 Mac Mini because it's way powerful. But I need to buy a monitor. I need to buy all the extra stuff to make it work. It's just the actual computer. This was a laptop, and it was a fair price. And I'm not into debt. Like that was the thing is like I didn't have to whip out the credit card and put it on there. Like I was just able to take my movie budget and just allocate it to this. And this is a million times better than my other one. So yeah, no, it wasn't one of those things, but I will be getting that because I don't love the little tiny screen. So I will be getting that. I will get the next big purchase after the spinner racks will be the monitor, and then eventually get that other computer, which is more money. But yeah, I do have my arm and leg. Okay, hearing you say you throw away dust jackets does actually hurt me. Oh yeah, for years. And the thing is, like, I'm never going to sell my books. I'm never going to part with them. If I died, like, sure, they'll probably end up at a thrift store or whatever. But that's somebody else's problem. It's not my problem. I don't like the dust covers. I think they're a waste. And then it's one of those things like you read a book, even if you take it off, like the dust covers get all damaged and ruined. And I've never liked it. I've never liked it. And it's my collection. It works for me. It works for me. But because I did used to throw away the slipcovers to DVDs and Blu-rays, and people get mad over that too. So I do keep those in a box now, but I've never gotten rid of my boutique label stuff. So I've always kept that. Let's see, what does this say? It says, but then I throw away the movie cardboard sleeves too. So yeah, that's the thing. Is like it's not for me. It's not for me, and it's mostly because it never stays nice. Like that's the actual issue. It just never stays nice. Full collection video that is long. I challenge you to go longer than Brian over at Last Movie Standing. Yes, at the brick. It's probably going to be that. It's probably going to be that. I don't know. I've been starting it, and I have to film it in chunks, and so like I'm trying. And I'm also trying to make it so it does seem like it's like stitched together in one thing. Like so, I'm not just changing clothes or changing positions. Like I'm trying to actually be there for the whole thing. And so I'm stitching this together and it's probably going to be real. I don't remember, like, I know he had like that long, crazy 6-hour long thing. It's got 3,000 movies, one take, or not one take, one video, all the movies, 4Ks, and all the way down to Laserdisc and CED. Every movie that I have in the collection, why I own it. And like if it's a second copy of something and I had it on 4K and I already went into detail, I'm not going to do the detail again, but I might say why I own it on DVD or why I own it on VHS. But everything's thing is going to be 100%. It's not going to be a quick video of this is my collection and run through and touch all the spines. It is me sitting down, showing you the video, showing you the movie, talking about it, talking about my experience of like why I owned it, why I bought it, my memory of it, if I have one. And then what it's about, like why you should get it. If you like it, you should probably get it because of this. So it's definitely like it's a big video for sure. So I can't say when it's exactly coming out, but it'll be out this year. It'll definitely be out this year. Wild Bunch, that would be good. That would be good for sure. That'd be a nice big chunky box set for sure. Once Upon a Time in America deserves way better than what Paramount gave it with the 4K. Yeah, I didn't get the 4K. I had that because the version I have the Blu-ray that was way out of print forever, and it was being sold for crazy money. And I found it at the $5 bin at Walmart, and I didn't realize I had a special edition until somebody was like complaining about it online. And the version I have, it has the edited parts. It has that like all that stuff that was never in the theatrical cut, edited back in, and you can see it. Like it's not jarring, but there's the polished version that we have, and then they edit in this other part, and it's soft focus. It's a little bit grainy. It's not the same quality, and so you can totally tell. But I never upgraded the 4K. And so, yeah, that would be a nice addition. I actually kind of surprised we never got one, but then it's Paramount. Like I don't think I have any Paramount that isn't a boutique label that is in like a nice, crazy, ridiculous edition. Yeah, I don't. Even over the like regular like big box editions, I don't have a single Paramount. I think it's Universal for the longest time, Warner Brothers, Fox. Yeah, all that stuff was always had like the big. I don't remember any Paramount bigger edition sets, unless like something that maybe I didn't like or I didn't want in my collection, or I don't know. But yeah, Paramount needs to step up their game for sure. That's a solid movie. If you can hold a conversation in movie quotes, we're instant friends. Yeah, well, I was like, I could use my phone cheat and give you some movie quotes. Oh, don't worry. check your DM. Okay. All right, let's see. I will. Maybe I will. What do we got? Or maybe not me. What do we got? Oh, did you find it? Did you find it? Oh, you AI did. That is not me. That is not me. But I was like, I gotta show my wife. It's not not even close. But I do have a fat round face, so I do have that. But I didn't when I was in the Navy. I was a lot skinnier. So we do have that. But yeah, it's there. It's on YouTube. It really is. That's funny. Yeah, I'm sure it was the M16 back then. The Navy wasn't cool enough to have M4s. We did have M4s, but that was for the special. They weren't SEALs, but they were like I forget what they called them. There was this group. It was their second duty, their second job, and or their collateral. That's what it was. Their collateral, and they wanted to. They were always like wanting. They thought they were like SEAL guys, but they weren't. And so they would do like boarding of ships. And if we had to like do pirate ops, they would have to board ships. And so they would get all armed up and all decked out. And they would have like the brown camo, almost like the SEALs would have, and these like crazy, like wild hats. And they would board. And we had M4s on the ship for those guys. But there were times where they would give us an M4 because they were lighter. It was smaller. And the senior chief that was always in charge of that stuff would get very mad if he would notice that we had the M4s out there. So I can't tell. Like sometimes yes, but yeah, it wasn't supposed to be. But yeah, we did have them for that. We did. Let's see. Let's see, what do we got? I'm guilty of throwing away slipcovers in the past. I definitely don't do that anymore. Yeah, well, that's the thing, is like everybody collects differently. That is an actual thing. I've never been into them. And the thing is, like, it took me a long time to get that way too, but it was my kids. Like I had younger kids kids are rough. They're not great on things at all. And it's just cardboard. And so that stuff got wrecked so fast and just looked horrible sitting on the shelf. And so it was easy for me to get rid of it. But then all of my older kids, they're older. A lot of them are, full adults now. And so I just have my youngest living in the house. And then she has got her own movie collection. She's had her own movie collection for a long time. So even that aspect, it's changed now, but I have just gotten rid of them. It's easier. I fit more on the shelf. by just not having everything with slipcovers. But then some of the stuff that even in studio releases, I have just left it on there because it does feel a little special. But most of it, yeah, I've definitely just put it in the box. And none of my boutique stuff, I've gotten rid of any of that. Last time Cody Leach made a collection video, it was 8+ hours, and he doesn't have 3,000 releases. Yeah. So that would definitely be. That's what I'm saying. Like it's already feeling like it's going to be a crazy long video, and I'm just like not even a fraction through the 4Ks, and I haven't even done the boutique stuff. It's just the studio 4Ks, and that's just only like maybe 400 or 500 tops. Like I haven't even looked in a long time how much I have. So yeah, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Let's see. And Brian Smith, I'm your Huckleberry. Yes, I like that one. Well, that one too is like something everyone always heard it. I'm your Huckleberry, but somebody broke it down to the casket. On a casket, the part that you hold on to is called a huckle. And so if you're a hucklebear, then you're a person that holds onto the casket. And so somebody was saying that's what it's supposed to be. So everyone just always heard Huckleberry, but it's supposed to be Hucklebear or bearer or something like that. And so like somebody broke that down to me. And so that's even cooler of a line if that's what it's supposed to be in the movie. But yeah, that one I get because that one comes up so often for sure. All right, so then here's what I want to be here for. So first of all, let's talk about, before we get into that stuff, let's get into today's sponsor. So as always, I don't have sponsors. It's you guys. You guys are the sponsors. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the Fourth Wall store. I'm going to show you what is new. And so we have some new shirt designs. And then whoever won last week, I forget, I got to look back and see who won last week. Somebody won the mug last week and did not claim their prize. So hit me up on Twitter or email or whatever, and I'll be able to get that over to you. But we do have some new stuff here. And then we're going to dive into new movies and things I'm excited for and why I really think 2026 is probably going to be the best year for movies and physical media altogether. Okay, so the Fourth Wall store, it works just like Patreon, but let's see, let me fix this. But not only works just like Patreon, you can buy stuff from the store, and we have memberships over here. We do member Zoom calls on a monthly basis, member-only videos, and posts. So that stuff lives over here. So it's very similar to Patreon. Not everybody knows it exists, but it does. And I link this to every single one of my videos. And so this is the store. But these are the new things that we just added. And we do monthly giveaways, a shirt and a mug. And we do have these new things to add to those giveaways. Why won't I go there? Let's see. There we go. Somehow it seems like I have good internet, but it was just slow to load this page. All right, so we have this. So the new shirt design. So we have physical media forever. So we have this. Let's see. Yeah, it's taking forever to load the pages. I don't know if it's on their end because I'm looking over here at the stream, and the stream seems pretty solid. It's just not loading. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I wonder if Fourth Wall is running slow today. All right, so here we go. Physical Media Forever vintage logo tee, and we just launched these. I love the vintage logo on there, and so I ordered a couple for myself. So I'll be having these. I'll have them on stream, and then this will be part of future giveaways. But you can also buy them. We have them in different colors. So we have the gray, we got the pink, and we got this cream, because I didn't want to go with like a white shirt because I always feel like white shirts, I get dirty too fast. But I was like, oh, cream shirt, we'll try that. But I like the new logo, and Physical Media Forever. I mean, that's what we stand for. And so this is going to be a new addition to the stuff. And I've retired a bunch of shirts. And so there's some older stuff that we've had. Those are no longer available. And then any of the holiday stuff, I put it away for now and we'll just bring it back out during the holidays. So I did get rid of a lot of the stuff on the site. And now this is some of the new stuff. So Physical Media Forever, we got the matching trucker hat, which I love. And then this one, this is something because I say this all the time. And I say movies aren't made for everyone, but there's a movie for you. And so we have this new shirt, which is also taking forever to load. And the front of it in the pocket, it has the Physical Media Forever logo. And on the back, it has this new design. And so you have this right here, right on the chest pocket there, Physical Media Forever. We can get this in black, in this dark gray, this teal color, and pink, or like some kind of blueberry or something. I don't know, not blueberry, some kind of like berry color. So we got that for everybody. Anybody that's you got different opinions, everyone, but I know Blue Corner only likes black. So we'll get that for him eventually. But then look at this. So movies aren't made for everyone. You got the new releases, the logo, the old tube TV with the racks of movies, but there is a movie for you. And we made that because I say it so often. I think it should be on a shirt, but it's on the bag. It's not even on the forefront. So that's another one. So we just added those because really you guys are the sponsor. I won't do those sponsorships. I get emails all the time for paid collaborations or this, that, or the other thing. And it's always me just selling some kind of cheap crap. And so I just don't want to do that. I'm never going to be selling a purple mattress. So that's what we do here. And it's the thing is most people don't even know it exists. Like it's like Patreon, but I think it's a little different, or it adds a little bit more because we can do the store out of it. So that's the new stuff we just added. Let's see, hide that on stream. We got that. And we got some other things planned for the rest of the year. So we're going to add stuff throughout the year. But as always, if you are thinking about joining the membership, we have a membership here on YouTube, but we also do that membership for the fourth wall. And there's different things for different people. You get different things out of it. Let's see, what do we got? But then let's dive into some of the things I'm stoked for. So I'm stoked for so many new things. But as we talk about that, there's new movies being released on a regular basis. And am I paused? Let's see. Oh, I'm not paused. It was just paused on the iPad. I was just making sure. Somehow I thought I lost everything. Black. Yeah, I figured Blue Corner. I figured. And can you dig it? Yes. Yeah, that'd be great. That's already part of the movie. That's a good one. Like Warriors, that's a good one. You can't go wrong. So I said there's a few that I remember, but not always. But people just can like watch a movie once and then they're rolling with the quotes. And I can't do that, but I know my kids can do that. And so that's good, I guess. But as we dive into some of the things I'm stoked for, and so 2026, I think it's going to be a great year for physical media. I don't know what you guys think, but I've just seen so many more green flags that just tells me that it's just great. And it feels like some of the things are back. And for the past couple of years that I've said, I have not loved a lot of the new modern cinema. And somebody tried to say that I was like just wearing rose colored glasses and cherry picking some of the best things. I can't tell you in the last 10 years, like even some of the ones I enjoyed, that you can't even hold them up to what people are saying that are being cherry picked. Like you take some of the best things over the past 30 decades or 3 years. You can't take anything that in the past 3 years and then compare them to things that came out in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Like there's so many great things that are being still talked about to this day. And it's more than nostalgia because there's a younger generation that is finding these and loving these movies too. So it's not even just that, but there's constant conversation that it's like, oh, it's just, your rose colored glasses or nostalgia, or you just forget all the bad ones. There were bad movies in those decades for sure. But it's the ones that were made recently just don't feel the same. And these ones here, a lot of new ones I've enjoyed. I've had a great time with them. Do they still compare to Star Wars or Jaws or Indiana Jones or Back to the Future? Do they still compare to some of those like great ones? No, but they're better than they have been. And so recently, I think there's been this new kick to do stuff. And then I don't remember what company it was, but they fired a whole bunch of people. And it just seems like that's the goal, like almost like a cleaning house kind of thing. And I'm just like, okay, everything seems to be different. And the fact that every single trailer I see now, it keeps saying in movie theaters only and not in theaters and streaming, or this is a streaming thing. And so there are still streaming things happening. I still totally get that. But I just think there is going to be this shift to streaming is the cable 2.0. I think that instead of having to get all these different packages to get everything, I think there is going to be like one package where you have your streaming package. Oh, Diabolic DVD wants something. Something about new wave of everything from Arrow Video to everything else from Diabolic DVD. Just got a text message. But I do think that that's what's going to happen. I think this streaming is going to be one giant package where you're going to have everything and everybody's going to get their piece of the pie, just like cable was, because somebody was trying to tell me, and so it was way before my time, that that's kind of how cable was. Like when they were first started out, like it just seemed like people were paying for different things. And so I don't know that to be true at all, because way before my time, but somebody had said it once. And so it kind of stuck in my brain. But then even if it wasn't, and that's the thing, like I just feel that that's the better model of if people like TV and they like TV services, they're going to do the streaming thing. And if they do, that's totally fine. And it should totally exist. But the fact that we're seeing more and more stuff saying in movie theaters only, I am definitely stoked. And as we talk about that, all this stuff seems to be coming to physical media, the ones that I liked. And so I've seen a lot of new movies this year. I haven't talked about a lot of it, but all the ones that I really loved are getting physical releases. And so let's share that screen. Let's see. So we're getting some new stuff here, and you can argue that, not every movie is worth watching, but like that's my motto. It's not every movie is made for everybody, or movies aren't made for everybody, but there's a movie for you. And so just because you don't like it doesn't mean 5 other people are going to love it. So we got this. A bunch of new stuff. Now this one here, I feel like we've talked about this before just because I recall the movie poster here. So I'm not sure why we talked about it, if it was a rumor or if it just looks like something else, or Blue Corner said I had to watch this. So this movie here, Jackie Chan, Magnificent Bodyguard. I love the cover art. It's coming out of 88 Films, and there's a video online showing the difference from the restoration and then the color grade, and it was green. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if it was film degraded or if that's how it always was, but these colors over here look amazing. So I'm excited. I like Jackie Chan films. I'll watch anything he's in, and collecting some of these 88 films has been a great joy because I haven't seen all this stuff. And as we talk about, 2026 being a great year for physical media, we're getting a ton of Asian cinema. And so not just Hong Kong cinema, we're getting Asian cinema. There's some Japanese stuff. There's something I just ordered, but it's an older title. But the thing is, we're getting more of it. And you can argue that it's always been here, but it hasn't always been here across the board. And so I like this video store that I go to now, I'm finding old Hong Kong cinema, Asian cinema stuff that was like on DVD, and it's rough and old. And some of it even looks like bootlegs, but he's gone across the country and he's bought out old video stores that were going out of business, and he just bought up all their inventory and to use for his inventory. And so he has this massive section of martial arts and Asian cinema and everything from dramas to comedies and a lot of the martial arts stuff. But the thing is, where I grew up, we didn't have any of it. You could go into like an FYE or one of those like music, movie, media stores that were in the mall in the 90s. And there was always like a section of like the Wu-Tang stuff down in the bottom. And then almost always like people knew of the Wu-Tang martial arts stuff connected to the band or connected to rap. And so you had that connect. And so people understood that, but we didn't have any of this stuff. And so finding more of it now, I don't know if it's just, just the fact that everything's online now and it's becoming easier, or it is becoming more popular. But either way, this is the first time in my life that I don't have to like really hunt for this stuff. It's out there and it's being pushed out on a regular basis, and I'm stoked about it. So I get it's a niche part of a niche hobby. And even in the collector market, like not everybody gets into Asian cinema or even Hong Kong stuff. And so that's even a smaller section, and I'm glad it's coming out. So this is something I'm into. But I almost feel like we've already talked about it, but I guess we haven't, because it's just now coming out with this restoration. It's coming out with a $30 price tag for the pre-order. I'm in 88 Films. This is from 1978, and it comes out in June. So I don't have a lot of stuff going on in June, except for all of the Arrow stuff I want. We're going to talk about that too, but that's going to probably be in my June haul for sure, because I'm into it. And so you're getting, what is this, 2 versions? So you're getting an exclusive new 2K restoration of the film from the camera negative. I think it's going to look fantastic. Disc 1, 3D presentation of the film. Disc 2, 2D presentation of the film. Disc 3, 3D analograph Blu-ray disc exclusive to this release. That's interesting. Now, my players have the ability to play 3D, but I don't have a 3D television anymore. I did years ago, but I also never used it. It just happened to be a thing that it did. And I never used it. I never got into 3D because I don't know if it's my eyes, the fact that I wear glasses or whatever, but my brain has always adjusted and I don't experience the 3D, and it actually gives me kind of a headache. I'm not into it, but it is kind of interesting. And I would be curious what something like that shows in 3D. I would be curious. But either way, that's something that I'm very interested in getting. Huge fan of Jackie Chan and all this stuff. So it said something about lenticular too. So this one here, the 3D Blu-ray. So there's two versions. So 3D Deluxe Edition Blu-ray and the analograph. So there's two editions. This one's $24.99 or pounds. So there's two versions. But what is it? I thought it said something about lenticular. Additional content, lenticular cover featuring the new artwork by Kung Fu Bob O'Brien. So I have not been the biggest fan of the lenticular stuff. Like, it's been around my entire life. Some of it's good, some of it's not. But I've been getting the imprint lenticular stuff, and that looks amazing. And so I would actually be interested to see what that looks like. I'm interested. I think I want to get the lenticular on that as well. There's that. And then this one here, Eraser. I pre-ordered the UK version, and I pre-ordered it through Orbit DVD. So it's already bought and paid for, and I don't have to worry about it. I was just going to go the Amazon route, because when you pre-order stuff through Amazon, you don't have to pay for it up front. But anything I've gotten from Amazon lately, and I've had a lot of issues with things coming internationally because everyone's trying to do things cheaper now because everything seems to be more expensive. A lot of things I've had shipped internationally have been sent to third-party shippers, and third-party shippers have difficulty or don't even try to get on base. I live on a military base now, and they don't even try. So UPS, FedEx, so the regular post office, USPS, all that stuff ships here on a daily basis, no problems, except for FedEx. FedEx does not come on the weekends. So if anything's out for delivery on the weekend, I actually get it on Monday. So there's that. But then all of that other stuff I've been trying to get sent to my P.O. box, and then it's been difficult. And so all the stuff I've ordered, I've got 2 Blu-rays, and I have I got a video game mod chip. I was going to mod my GameCube from different countries, and they're all missing in the mail. And I had an issue with the Xbox One I got from the UK, same thing. So I didn't want any more issues. And I haven't from Amazon since I've lived here. I haven't but it's also anything like that, big, giant, chunky box has been shipped to me in the crappiest way possible from another country in these like padded, not even padded envelopes sometimes, almost like sometimes just the brown paper envelope from another country. And it's a special edition. So I got it from Orbit, and I'm super excited. But we are getting this regular standard version, but I didn't like it. One, I don't love this 4K, but I love the movie, and I love the movie enough, and I do enjoy that box. I like the box, but this Steelbook, I don't love the artwork. I actually don't hate the artwork here on the standard version, but because it is, you got the big ugly banner, you got the 4K box here. I said I just wanted a special edition of this movie, so I did jump on the UK version. But there's a different version for everybody. There's the cheaper version. You can get this standard simple cover. I mean, it looks like it's not coming with a slip cover, but for $30, and it'll be less than that when it actually comes out. So that's actually a great price for a 4K on a movie that people love. I'm looking forward to it. I hope there's no crazy nonsense where it's a horrible transfer or restoration, because that is always that speculation on a movie this big, a movie that people love so much. People are going to do that pixel peeping thing where they stop, they pause, they compare it to the other one. I'm not going to do that. I never do. I'm going to watch this, and if anything is jarring and jumps out at me, I'll let you know. But I'm not going to sit there and pause it and compare it and then go to that Blu-ray. If it's horrible and it really just messes me up, maybe the colors are off, maybe I'll go back to my Blu-ray. But on average, I do enjoy this. But I just have a feeling like this one's going to be put under the microscope, because everyone's going to be into this. This is considered probably one of the last greatest Schwarzenegger action films of the 90s. And I love it. I think it's great. And I hope there's no issues. But I think because of the True Lies thing, and I get different people, different studio, but I think, well, maybe not even different studio, but different people handling this one. I just think it's still going to be put under the microscope for sure. Got that. And then, yeah, let's hit up some of these comments. Let's see. He's big time diabolic DVD text them. No, it's literally just this is on sale. This is this. And somehow along the lines, I signed up through my phone and I get the email text and I hate it. And I never stop it because it's not super annoying, but it doesn't also cause me to go there and buy stuff. But yes, yeah. I was name dropping there. That's what I was doing. Magnificent Bodyguard was first announced like 2 years ago. So yeah, it's been a topic a few times by now. Okay, I feel like I've seen that artwork and I feel like we've talked about it, but I just don't have it. So I'm like, why don't I have it? That makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Eureka was really the first company that started releasing Hong Kong Blu-rays in 2018 on a regular basis. It wasn't that wasn't brand new movies, and everybody else followed suit. And so what we have today, well, that's great. It really is great because I'm telling you, like, it's been around forever. And like, just going to this local store, they have like so much of it on DVD and none of it's amazing. Like none of it is, there are no names that I recognize. And like, when I look at some of the stuff, I'm like, some of the stuff looks like it should have just went straight to TV, or some of it even just looks like it was bootleg. Like somebody went to China, recorded it, and then came back and slapped it on DVD. Some of that stuff looks that crappy, but there's a ton of it. And I was like, I've missed all this stuff all these years. And now we're just getting a ton of it. And so, yeah, that makes sense. If they just, a few people did it and everyone followed suit, good. I'm glad because there's some great films out there. Not all the films are worth watching, just like not all the American films are worth watching, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad of this era of cinema. And that's why I've said, like, I think 2026 is probably the best time to be a movie collector. It's the best time to enjoy movies. It seems like there's a little bit of a shift from what we've had over the past decade or so. And now we're getting some of the stuff that we've never had. I'm in. I'm all in. Let's see. Lenticulars are awesome. TJ, I agree now. I didn't always agree, but I'm definitely a fan now. I've gotten quite a few of them, and all the ones I have are from Viavision and Imprint. So that's a standard they set. I'm a huge fan of them anyway, but I just remember my kids having lenticular cards when I was a kid, and they never looked great. They never looked great. The stuff I've been getting, it looks literally three-dimensional. It pops off the image. It's amazing. So I'm hoping that that's the same. I wouldn't buy a thing just because it had a lenticular, but I think it's cool if it does. And so if it does, I'll probably try to display it some kind of way. I think just like steelbooks, if everything kept coming out in steelbook only, like I'm not a fan of that. So I wouldn't be a fan if everything kept coming out in lenticular only, or that was this higher premium brand or thing. It's not for everybody. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't be getting it all for sure. So yeah, just wait till you do your homework and discover Korean cinema. Yeah. That was the thing. So Blue Corner challenged me. I have to watch 3 Korean cinema films. I think they're all Korean, but I have to watch 3 films, and we'll talk about it eventually because yeah, it's one of those things. I'm interested. But I did just buy a Japanese film, and I was excited about it, and then Blue Corner's like, that's not that great. I was like, oh, what? Like, I was actually excited. I did something on my own. I get the crap done, but I'm looking forward to it because I saw this clip online. It's like, so there's been this new trend in social media, and maybe it's not new, but maybe I'm noticing it more. And there's 2 sides to it. So it's either like people take things out of context, and that's the weird part about it. So it's either this like really horrible thing completely taken out of context, and then they're letting, they're like, look what Hollywood did, and then they're letting everybody in the comments just go crazy without any context at all, and that little part of it might be completely horrible, and I'm not saying it's not, but in the entire film it makes sense. And maybe not always, but I've seen a lot of that, and where they're like leaning into this like Holly weird and everyone should be put in a wood chipper. They're pushing that agenda. But then you have this other side of it where they're taking these weird, random, crazy, wild parts of a movie, and they look into, and then they're not telling you what the movie is. They're telling you everything else, where it's from, who's in it, what's going on, the year it came out. everything except for the name. And so now you're stuck trying to figure out the name. And so I found this one film and I was like, I want to watch it before I spoil it, because it's an older one and it was also hard to find. So it was one of those things where like, I don't want to just like, oh, it looks great, you got to check it out before I even know if it's good or not. But then Blue Corner's like, it's not that great. I was like, oh man. But it was, the thing is, the clip they showed was incredibly fun. And I was like, I got to check this out. So yeah. But I will. Oh, and that's what it is. Blue Corner says, I'm not big into the Japanese movie fan. Ha ha ha. They always seem so damn mad when they speak. I like that. So I have a friend in the Philippines, and he always jokes that he's like he was like Japanese Mexican. Like that's what the Philippines are. Like if you do that whole thing. And so, but he does this thing where he puts on a rice hat, and he's from the Philippines. So like, it's even funnier, but he does these like amazing impressions of Japanese, like old Japanese cinema, where it's like the crazy, like the angry and the yelling. And it has me dying. We haven't hung out in a long time, but man, like anytime he would do that, I would just die laughing. And he would always say, because he's like part Japanese, but he's not, he's from the Philippines. Like, I don't know how that all works, but it's one of those things. But yeah. Or Ruin. Let's see, wait, what did I miss? You may like it, so don't let me spoil it for you or ruin it. Yeah. I totally get it. I get it. But yeah, I get what you're saying. They seem like they're so damn mad. It's the same thing as German. When you hear them speaking, everyone sounds angry. And then you listen to it and you're like, it's not that bad. But yeah. So yeah, let's dive back into the things I'm stoked for and why I think 2026 is a great year for physical media, because it's not just the latest and greatest. It is about, it really is about finding something enjoyable. And that's why we always do this. So we have a mixture of old stuff coming out, but then this movie, I actually watched it. Now, let's see, not this one. We're not going to talk about that one today. Where is it? Like we have this one, Arrow Video. This is a movie that I actually wanted to see. It was on my all this stuff was on my radar for a long time, but Falling Down, I'm so excited for this. Let me move this out of the way. All right. So Arrow Video, the June announcements, they have The Outfit, Red Sun, and Falling Down, Live and Die in LA, and Soylent Green. Hush. Now, Hush is the one, I have the other one, so I don't think I need this. But if I don't know, maybe I'll get the Arrow Video version eventually, maybe on one of those Arrow sales if it doesn't sell out. But I have the Shout version. I think it's what it is of Hush. I think it's, unless it's a different movie I'm thinking of, but I'm pretty sure I have Hush. And then this one. What is this one? What the heck is that last one? Sex and Fury. Oh, I have that one. I have that too, but it's coming out from Arrow. I might need the Arrow version. So, yeah, so this entire June release, I'm super excited for. But The Outfit is something I've been wanting to get into for a long time. It's been on my radar forever. Came out in 1973, and the fact that it's coming out from Arrow, that's an easy pickup for me. But this one here, when a small criminal, Macklin, is released from prison, he learns that his brother was shot by two mob killers. He didn't know that it was a bank he robbed, was owned by the syndicate. So, yeah, I'm 100% in on this. That's all I know from it. And then you have Robert Duvall, can't go wrong. Karen Black, Joe Don Baker, can't go wrong. Robert Ryan, Timothy Carey, and I don't know Richard Jekyll. But yeah, great 70s cinema, great cast, a mob story, crime, a heist gone wrong, everything that I love. So The Outfit, for me, day one pickup for sure. Then we got Red Sun. Red Sun's another one that's been on my radar for a long time. But then you have, this one came out in 1971. But then this one here, a Japanese ambassador is traveling through the Wild West by train when gangsters hold up the train to rob gold shipment. Man, everything about that sounds fun. So robbing the train for gold, and you have a Japanese guy just there in the Wild West. Psst, I'm in. So those are two movies, 100% I need to have in my collection. And they've been on my radar for a long time. So that's another great thing that they're coming out, and I just don't have them. Now, this is the one. Easy day one. I love this movie. I just haven't had it in so long. I owned it on DVD. That's the thing. I know I had this on DVD, but I've not had it since. And so I have to have this movie. And I've been waiting for it. But the thing is, if I just have it, it is that double-edged sword. I complain about not being able to go to Best Buy or Target or any place that sold movies and just get new movies anymore. Because especially since I've had so many problems getting movies sent to me. This is a movie that if I saw it in Best Buy at any time on Blu-ray in the past decade, I would have already had it in my collection. It's just since I got rid of my DVD collection and I was buying Blu-rays, I never remember seeing that in stores. And so I just haven't picked it up for that reason. And it's one of those things like out of sight, out of mind. It comes up, people talk about it. I love it. We can reminisce about this movie, but then I don't think to go to buy it online. The fact that it's now coming out for 4K for the first time on Arrow Video, easy day one. And, some people are going to come up with like, why isn't it coming in a big chunky box set? Well, the movie and the subject matter and all that stuff, like, I don't know if I necessarily need to like get the big chunky box with the posters and all the extra stuff and then frame that stuff and put it up on the wall. It definitely might send the wrong signal to my in-laws, but it is a movie I love and I should have in my collection. And I'm glad Arrow's putting it out. So did I need a big chunky box set of this? No, but do I need it? Yes. And Arrow is a great, it's a great option for this movie for sure. And this one, you're getting 4K Blu-ray, which is going to be region free, which we knew about. The slipcover, reversible art. It's great. It's coming with a little booklet. Okay. But yeah, this has been out forever. You can get the Blu-ray for $10, and I'm sure the Blu-ray is fine, but I also like the fact that we're getting the original movie poster as the cover because I never liked that cover. I don't even remember what was on the DVD. Maybe it was this, but the VHS, I know the VHS had that as the cover because that's what I remember. That's why I got it in the first place. I was like, what is this? And that's when I rented it because I was like, Michael Douglas, what is he doing? He's got a gun. He's got a briefcase. What is it? And that's how I found it for the first time, is renting this on a blind buy. And I owned it on DVD at some point. But yeah, for sure, a solid film. Easy day one. And that one comes out in June. I'll be getting the 4K on that. And then Live and Die in LA. This has been put out before on 4K. I'm pretty sure this got a 4K, maybe from Kino. I skipped out on it, and I'm glad I did. It's a movie that I've wanted to have in the collection for a while, but at the time it came out, I was not super stoked about revisiting it. And I mean, like it would have been fine, but there was probably other things going on because I know I didn't add it to the collection, and I wasn't like, oh, I have to rewatch this now. But now I have been wanting to rewatch it for the past year or so, and it's now coming out here. Arrow Video, another easy one. Now, this one's coming out from, I think, the Arrow Video UK only, so you're going to have to import this, but Orbit DVD, Diabolic, any of those places, the Movie Room, who else is doing stuff? Valerie Video. You might be able to check out any of those places. You don't have to order from the UK. But there also is I forget the name of it off the top of my head, but there is a UK online distributor that does ship internationally. So if none of the places that we have it, or it might be sold out, there is a place online. And I posted about it on Twitter, so it is there somewhere, but I forget the name off the top of my head. But yeah, they do post it. They do, and they deal with Arrow Video, they deal with the Powerhouse Films, and they send all that stuff out internationally, which is great. It's a great option if you miss out on any version you might be able to get locally. And that also applies to everybody except for the Blue Corner, who lives in Denmark and has to import all of his movies anyway, which also sucks. But it's his fault for living in Denmark. And Soylent Green. Soylent Green is a movie that, like, I love, but I don't love. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's a fantastic film, but it's not one that I've never owned it. But it's never one where I'm like, this is the greatest thing ever as I'm watching it. So I don't have those feelings. I just think it's a great film and I want to own it, and I've wanted to rewatch it. I made my wife watch it a few years ago and she was definitely disgusted by it. But it's a movie, and I'm glad it's coming out. So I'm going to finally own this and finally rewatch it. But even then, I know it's not going to be a yearly watch. It might be 2 years, 3 years tops, but it's good enough to rewatch more than once. For sure. But it's one of those things. If you know, you know. If you don't know, there's memes all over the internet. So I don't want to be the one to spoil it for you. But yeah, Soylent Green, easy pickup. And then Hush. Now I kind of wish I didn't pick this one up. So what is this? 2 cuts of the film. Arrow. Is this the Hush I'm thinking of, or she's deaf and they kill everybody? Yeah, Michael Flanagan. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So this is the one I have from I think it's Scream Factory, Shout Studios. I think that's what it is. So yeah, I kind of wish I waited and got this, but it's a movie that had been stuck on streaming for so long. And then when it finally came out to physical, I knew I wanted it. So that's why I rushed to get it. Do I need to upgrade and double dip this? No. So this one for sure. I think the price point's fantastic. Well, is this a UK only? Is that the thing? Is that what I'm missing on this? Because it took me to the UK thing. Well, if it's UK only, that's a whole different animal. So yeah, I don't need to import it. But if this was an American version of the Arrow Video release and it just happened to be on the Arrow Video 50% off sale, I might think about picking it up at that point. That was the thing. Importing it, I don't need it. The UK is getting it. That's awesome. But now here, this one, I'm like 100% sure I have this film. Let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have it. Yeah, but it's coming out from Arrow. I might need to grab this one too. Oh no, Female Yakuza Tale. Is this 2 films? Sex and Fury and Female Yakuza. Okay, so that's 2 films in one. I have Sex and Fury. I don't have the Female Yakuza one. So it's actually cool that you're getting 2 films. A Blu-ray bundle includes the following titles, and you'll see individual titles for specs and details. So it's cool. So it's coming in a big chunky box with 2 discs. That is awesome. I do love that. But I do have Sex and Fury. But yeah, that's awesome. It's coming out with 2 different ones. Nice. And I like the artwork. I think it's fantastic. It's a high recommend for me. I like some of that stuff, and I don't think you're wrong. Don't think you're wrong. So I might be double dipping and getting this one for sure because I don't have that second film. And yeah, I think I need everything. I think I need everything here except for Hush. Hush is the only one I don't need, but everything else, 100%. I think Arrow's going to get all my money in June. Let's dive into these comments real quick. Let's see what we got. Yeah, anyone seen the outfit any good? I don't know. It's going to be a huge blind buy for me. It's just something that's been on my radar for a long time. Great chaos, 70s cinema, all that. I like that stuff. So to me, I hope it's good. I hope it's good, but yeah, I don't know anything about it. And I've never heard anybody talk about it. And then there's a newer movie called The Outfit, and I was going to buy that the other day thinking it was this, and then this got announced, and so now I'm sold. And so I didn't end up getting the other one. The other one seems like it might be good, but it's a newer one. It's not what I was looking for. So there's that. And then yeah, Scream Factory Hush is a great release. Can't go wrong with either version. Yeah, I don't think you can. And I like the version I have. That's what I'm saying. I don't need the Arrow, but since the fact that it's being put out in UK, those people didn't get the Shout Factory unless they imported it, then yeah, this is great. I'm glad they're getting it. I think it's fantastic. Do I need it? No. Like I said, it would be one of those things like I think I like the Arrow better. And so like if it was on sale, I'd probably do the double dip if it was here. But yeah, I'm not going to import it. But yeah, I don't think you go wrong with either one. I really don't. Is it just me? Does the plot for the outfit seem to be recycled into Shanghai Noon? Yeah, yeah. Well, no, not the outfit. That's the Red Sun one. The outfit is the bank robbery gone wrong. They robbed the syndicate. That also seems like it's been told before. I feel like it's been, but I think that might have come out first because it was in the 70s. And what I'm thinking of seems like it's later cinema. So the thing is, some of these ideas do get recycled for sure. But yeah, when I was reading it for Red Sun, I felt like I was going to be like the serious version of Shanghai Noon. The Blu-ray is pretty bare bones, twisted. Which Blu-ray? The thing is, I don't mind. Like sometimes I don't mind. If we're gonna pay premium prices, I do mind. But if it's gonna be something fair in the $20 to $25 range, ultimately, it is. If they're asking a ton of money, and it's completely bare bones. It has to be like an amazing film for me to think about it. But if it's premium money and we're getting we don't even have to get a chunky box, but just giving us all the extra special features and all the extra. Yeah, sure. 100%. Yeah. So I didn't notice which one was pretty bare bones, but it really depends on the price. And some of those prices are reflected in what you get. So like there's definitely been times where things that are completely stacked with special features do seem to have a higher price tag because they had to pay for those special features, where some of the stuff that isn't doesn't. So but some studios, not all, some studios, especially boutiques, they have a standard price for all of their releases, no matter what. And so that is a thing. But some of these I have seen at different prices. What do we got? Kino did Live and Die in LA. Yeah, I kind of thought that's what it was. I remember it came out and I know I didn't pick it up, but I also I do want to revisit it. So yeah, now that Arrow's putting it out, I'm in. I'm all in. Darren G says, I've got the Arrow Blu-ray version of To Live and Die in LA. Very happy with it. Nice. Nice. What did they already put that out in the UK or something? Oh, you got the Blu-ray. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm all in on this 4K for sure. I wish they would release Lost Angels on Blu-ray. What is this? Have I seen Lost Angels? Let me see. That picture is horrible, by the way. Blue corner. Let's see. Lost Angels. Movie. Lost Angels. Lost Angels with Donald Sutherland. Yeah, I don't think I've seen this. A troubled youth from a split Los Angeles family is sent to a private psychiatric hospital after a violent scrape with the police. I mean, looks interesting. Definitely a Saturday afternoon film. I'd watch it. I mean, great cast. I'd watch that. Donald Sutherland, I don't think you go wrong with ever. But yeah, definitely looks like a Saturday afternoon film I would enjoy. But yeah, I've never even seen that one or heard about it. It's new to me. Blue corner. Hi, the personal attacks. Not cool, man. Yeah, man. Sorry, brother. Sorry. I said, you sent that picture with no beard. Like the AI, that's crazy. No, not for me. Let's see. Yeah, they both have already been released. 88 films released female Yakuza. Yeah, okay. So I have sex and I just don't have. Do I? Crap. I might have female Yakuza. I think I got one like last couple months ago. Let me double check. Because if it is, I like both of those, and then I don't need the Arrow version. Let's see. Maybe I do have it. Oh no, I have Yakuza Princess. I don't have female Yakuza, so I still think I'm buying that one. Let's see, 2 months in a row, Arrow got you, except for Stranger Things. Yeah, I was like, I don't hate Stranger Things. I don't think I need that big chunky box. Like, just don't. Let's see. Darren says, I know that the outfit has the same character that Mel Gibson plays in Payback. Yeah. That's what it feels the same. It feels like we've seen the movie before, but I'm all in. And Lee Marvin in Point Blank. Yeah. Oh, and Point Blank, that's great too. Yeah, Lee Marvin's great too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think we've seen it, but I don't hate it. I like that. Give me the story and something different. I'm in. Yeah, Falling Down, 100%. That's easy one. Lost Angels has the dude from Beastie Boys. Oh, okay. Okay, you talked me into Red Sun. That's 3 I'll need for July. See, and you were saying that you didn't think Arrow was a big stacked thing. I know I said I wasn't going to throw you under the bus, but I decided to. Yeah, I think you're going to like all of the Arrow releases this month. I think that's what you're going to do. Let's see. And you didn't even show the chat. No, I'm not showing the chat. That's not for me. It's not for me. If you find the real picture, that's a different story. There's a real, I'm telling you, it's on YouTube. There's a real picture of me. The blue corner, you could always upload it to the community tab. That is horrible. That's horrible. There better be community notes with that. That is not really me. That is done by AI. I didn't think about that. That's horrible. All right. And then, yeah, we're all caught up there. All right, what do we got? All right, so there's that, and then this one, Rush came out in 2013. I skipped this one. There was a racing movie with Sylvester Stallone. That's the last racing movie I saw, and then I saw the one that everyone talks about that you have to see. And so I saw that one, and then did I freeze? Yeah, I think I froze. Oh, it's weird. It looks like it froze over here. Yeah, I can't. I don't know what happened. Oh, that's what happened. All right. There it is. Okay. Yeah, the somehow or other the wire didn't get unplugged, but I had to unplug the wire and plug it back in. Like I disappeared, but I was here. Wild. I got to get this figured out. All right. So, yeah, this movie here, I didn't see this one. And like I said, the last racing movie I got into was that one with Sylvester Stallone, and then I skipped this one, and then that one with Brad Pitt. Everyone talked you had to watch that one. Or is that the one? F1. F1 is the one I had to watch. Yeah, that's the last one I saw. So this one here, I completely skipped on it when it came out. I don't know if it's even worth watching, but it's coming out to 4K. So I'm interested in watching it. It's just one of those things. I don't think I need to own it because I didn't get excited for it when it came out new. So that, but it is coming out, and let's see. Yeah, this is from 2013. So yeah, I wasn't into it back then. This is also the UK version. So I don't know if we ever had a version on 4K, but I'm sure we had Blu-rays. This has been out forever. Studio Canal putting it out, 23 pounds. I don't think it's a bad price. Again, I can't recommend the movie. I've never seen it, but I do like the fact that we're getting more of this stuff for sure. Now, here's where I was excited about Hong Kong cinema. So we're getting this giant, ridiculous box, and I don't know if any of these have been put out by other labels. They may have been, but you're getting this from Imprint, and I'm a huge Imprint collector, but I like this. And this is, I think, the first big, giant, chunky box like this with a ton of films for their Asian cinema line. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but the ones I remember, the ones I own, don't have the big giant box like this. And so you're getting Sons of Good Earth from 65, Come Drink With Me 1966, Dragon Inn 1967, which those two are, last two are 4Ks. The first one's Blu-ray only. Four Moods is from 1970. It's on Blu-ray. The Touch of Zen 71, 4K and Blu-ray. And The Fate of Lee Khan 1973 is only on Blu-ray. So you're getting a ton of films here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 films in this giant chunky box. And so it's going to come with a hefty price tag. It's Imprint. I do love them. I like the presentation. I love the top loading box. And it's a volume 1, The Cinema of King Hu. I don't know. I think I messed that up already. But anyway, so there's a director cinema for Asian cinema here. I love it. I love the box. I like the way it looks. And I don't know what any of those films are, but I am hoping for just goodness, like martial arts. Even if we get like crazy wire work, I am in. So what do we got? So The Good Son, or Sons of Good Earth. Let's see. What is this? Oh, it's Shawscope. So Shawscope. So yeah, this stuff might have been put out before. I just don't have it. So I'm glad. I'm glad I didn't get any of that Shawscope stuff, those big giant boxes, if I'm going to be getting this stuff. So just prior to the Japanese invasion of China, let's see, a bunch of people, I'm not going to mess up their names. A woman sold into sex industry at the local brothel. Okay, I'm in on that one. So there's that one. And again, looks like fun martial arts probably. What do we got? Come Drink With Me. What is this one? Again, okay. this exact film, Come Drink With Me, has been talked about by 88 Films and other places. So it's been put out before. There's a German release. This is another one that's been put out. But what is this about? A group of bandits kidnaps a governor's son and demands their imprisoned leader be set free in exchange. Nice. And I can't pull up those pictures, but yeah, another one I'm in. Yeah, I'm in on this entire set for sure. Dragon Inn. What is this one about? In the mid-Ming dynasty, a loyal and upright minister Yu is accused of and killed by an evil and powerful children, or his children are sentenced to exile on the border Dragon Gate. Okay, yeah, I'm in on all of them. So yeah, this is a nice box set. And I'll be probably a day one pickup for sure. 4 moods. What is this one? The movie contains 4 separate stories, each by a different director, and they're all ghost stories. I'm also in on that. Yeah. Touch of Zen. What is Touch of Zen about? A lady fugitive on the run, corrupt government officials is joined in her endeavors by an unambitious painter and skilled Buddhist monks. Okay. So unskilled people going on a battle. I'm also in. And now this one here, I like that. I like what we got going on in this one. The Fate of Li Khan. I like the artwork, and it says Li Khan is a high official under Mongolian emperor. Let's see. Procures a battle map of the Chinese rebel Chang's army. Rebel spies aided to the treachery by Khan's ranks. Okay. Yeah. I am stoked about this. And the fact that it's a volume 1, probably a great place to start for me. And so that's going to be 6 movies. I can't wait. And then let's dive into the chat. Oh, Sid the Brick. Yeah, Driven. That's the one. That's a great film. I don't have that one either. So that's one I have to get. But I liked Driven. It's just this last one I didn't see that one. Yeah. If you're saying it's great, then yeah, I got to rewatch it. What is this? Rush is pretty good. The Stallone movie is Driven, and that was okay as well. Yeah, I liked it. I just never owned it. So yeah, I might check it out. But like, I'm not going to import that 4K. Out of context, what I said was Arrow July releases were a light month for me. You frame it as I was crapping on Arrow. They've gotten the bulk of my funds this year. Yeah, I know how I framed it. That's fine. But yeah, no, that is exactly what he really did say. He said it was a light month. But that's what I said. I said, I'm getting everything. I want everything. But then I didn't realize Hush was in there too. I didn't need Hush. A lot of King Hugh collection has been released by different studios. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it was. But I don't have any of it, so I'm glad. Come Drink With Me is awesome. Yeah, I am in. I can't wait. I can't wait. See, 80s, did they say brothel? I'm in. Yeah. That is pretty much my go-to. Especially in any cinema. If you can't explain it to me, but you say brothel or nymph, I'm like, okay, I'm sold. I don't know what it's about, but I'm sold. It happens on a regular basis. Let's see. Yes, the Hugh set is worth getting. Yeah, 100%. That is going to be an easy pickup for me. For sure. Now, what do we got here? So the next few things. So then Indicator, what are they putting out for July? I don't know what they're putting out. I still got to go back and get that comedy box set they put out. It's UK comedy movies. It looks fantastic. I still got to get that. But these ones here, none of these are really jumping out of me. I do love Indicator Powerhouse, but I want to point out that when they don't do the regular Blu-ray case at the top and the artwork goes from top to bottom and you have, am I sharing the screen? Let me double check. Yeah, I am sharing the screen. Okay. So when they have the artwork going from top to bottom and then they have the indicator rainbow at the very, very top, that indicates that these are limited editions. And so once they're gone, they're gone. And so if you are interested in them, not trying to create FOMO, but just be aware of that. Like these might be harder to get, but at the same time, like I understand that not everybody's into some of these older films. And I do love them. But there's a 4K restoration from the original camera negative for Full House. And it is region A and B locked. So if you don't have a region free player, but you live in the States, it'll still work, which is great. And the thing is with Powerhouse, it's not always the cut and dry. Some stuff is locked, some stuff isn't, and some stuff is just completely region free. So you have to look before you buy. But if you have a region free player, you don't have to worry about it. But that is one of the few things. But like Umbrella, almost every single title that I have from Umbrella that says it's region B locked ends up playing perfectly fine in my player. So in my non-region free player, like it works fine in my regular US Sony player. So then there's that one. And then we have this foreign film here, La Travesite, The Transvestite. That's the name of the movie. And it is, there's a 4K restoration from the original camera negative, also region A and B locked. So you can't get these in region C without a free player. But I don't think like there's actually, believe it or not, there's a few people that watch that comes up sometimes that come from the region free or region C locations. But I was like anybody that shows up for these Saturday shows, I don't think anybody's in region C. And then I do like the artwork here. So it's an interesting one. In Full House, it seems like one I would probably end up watching eventually. Looks like a noir film. But then this one, Stravinsky, I don't know if I need that one. Let's see. This is from 1974. Well, 70s cinema. I don't hate the artwork. I might have to check these out at some point. So I'm not sure where I stand with those ones, but I do like the label and I do buy from them on a yearly basis for sure. Then we have the Eureka announcements. So Eureka is one. I want to get the Laurel and Hardy set and this one. So this is a movie or a box set here. And so this is Into the Forest Folktales. So you're getting fantasy folktale stories, The Devil from Mill Mountain, Singing in the Ringing Tree, Little Red Riding Hood, Rumpelstiltskin, The Devil's Three Golden Hairs. So these are things that I want to add, I want to watch, and again, I think they're not for everybody. That's the other issue, but they are for me. I'm going to grab these, and I always forget about Eureka. So this is one that 100%, like I'm going to put on pre-order so I don't forget about it. And then Laurel and Hardy. So I'm going to place an order with them like next month. Masters of Cinema. And so this is one. I have a few Masters of Cinema editions. I don't collect that line specifically, but this one here, Laurel and Hardy, The Silent Years from 1929. That's an easy pickup for me. I watched a lot of the Laurel and Hardy reruns when I was a kid on TV, and I just never have sat down and watched a ton of it. But I do like it, and I really don't think you go wrong with that era of cinema either. Like it's fun. It's fun. It's innovative. It's interesting, and especially some of the old black and white stuff. In silent films, probably some of my favorites are the Laurel and Hardy stuff for sure. So those two, 100% I want. And then this one here, I don't know what this is. Beasts Unleashed, 1955 to 1956. So what is this? This is just monster movies from the 50s? Seems like it. Horror, sci-fi, a little bit of Western and romance dabbled in, but horror, sci-fi, yeah, I'm in. The Beast with a Million Eyes and The Beast of Hollow Mountain. Okay, yeah. Monster movies from the 50s. Give those to me. Yeah. So I might want all of those Eureka releases for sure. They come out in July. Those are easy pickups. If I remember. That's the problem. I don't know why, but I always forget about Eureka. And then this one, I just picked up the Blu-ray. Do I have it over here? No, I just picked up the Blu-ray. So I didn't know there was a 4K, or maybe I did and I just didn't notice it. But there's a 4K and Blu-ray coming out for the UK. So if we got a 4K here, I just missed out on it. But it's a new modern film shot digitally. It looks amazing on Blu-ray. I wasn't feeling like I was missing out anyway. But this movie, good luck, have fun, don't die. I thought it was super fun. It was innovative. It was interesting. It was new. It wasn't rehashing, old IPs and everything about this for modern cinema. It was super fun. It was self-aware. The whole premise of the movie, if you haven't seen it, is pretty much everybody on social media and their phones and everything just kind of ruined the world and created this dystopian future. And then AI took over and everybody lived in this like hellish like landscape where they weren't involved in reality. They were just all stuck in the Matrix kind of thing. And so then Sam Rockwell goes back in time. Is that who's that? Who's that? Is that Sam Rockwell? I'm pretty sure that's who it is. Yeah, Sam Rockwell. He's in it. So he goes back in time and then to try to fix it. And it's fun. It is so much fun. It's dark humor and it's a high recommend. And there's not too many brand new movies where I'm like, I had to buy it day one. Great movie for sure. But the UK is getting 2 versions of the movie, and that is great for them. And some other things. Oh, and this one too. This is another one. I really enjoyed this one. And so this one, it made me be a fan of Zazie Beetz. So she's been around for a little while. She's done a ton of movies. But this one here, and there's a 4K and a Blu-ray. And so I'll be getting the 4K, but I just saw this and it's got dark humor. It's got all kinds of things. It's reminiscent of those hidden gem type movies that I would find at the video rental store. This is a movie that I had so much fun with it, but I understand that it's a movie that probably wouldn't have done well in the box office in the 90s. Like, I just feel like it would have been one of those ones that maybe it went out, people were, not into it. Like, especially like, parents probably wouldn't be into this type of movie. And then like you would find this in the video rental store and tell all your friends. Like, that's how I feel that that's what would have been happened in the 90s. Like, after watching it, it's so much fun. This is going to be a day one purchase. And like, I don't even know what to compare it to, because it just feels like somebody watched like a bunch of these other great films and then said, okay, I got an idea for a movie. Like, it had like vibes of People Under the Stairs, but then it had vibes of John Wick, and then it had vibes of Army of Darkness, and then it had vibes of other things. And it was it's honestly so much fun. So much fun. But yeah, that's going to be a day one purchase. And I'm stoked. And that's why I keep saying, like, I think 2026, I think we're seeing a turnaround in movies. Oh, apparently we can't watch that movie or watch that trailer. So there's a Blu-ray. I do hate the Big Ugly Banner, and the 4K I think looks better because it doesn't seem to have the Big Ugly Banner. And so, yeah, I'm getting the 4K anyway. And that one comes out. When does this come out? Comes out in June. So yeah, June is going to be stacked. I didn't think, good thing we're not going camping this year, because I didn't think I was going to be picking up a lot, but it looks like I am. And then this is something that people are talking about. So if you are a Vestron video collector and you're trying to collect all the Vestron videos, and you already imported this movie or try to get this movie, there are people that are talking about this one. And so Ginger Snaps is being put out on 4K. And I picked up the second sight version. So I don't need this version at all. The second sight version, and I'm pretty sure, like, I could be wrong on it. I haven't looked at it in a little while. Maybe it's 4K, but maybe it's Blu-ray. But it has all 3 of the films in there. And this is only coming out on the one film. So, and the thing is, some people just need the one film. Some people don't want all the second one or all the sequels. And so that's fine for certain people. If you're a Vestron collector, you're trying to get this, but it has been already said a few times that people are a little disappointed that the other 2 movies aren't included. And especially with Vestron, we've seen other movies. Like, I have Wishmaster, I have The Dentist, and there's like something else I have where it's like the whole collection is there. And so it's not just that one main movie. And the thing is, Vestron used to be on the cheaper end. Like, you used to be able to find Vestron videos, I feel like $17 or $15, like in that range at Walmart. And that's where I picked up a lot of my Vestron videos, was just finding them at Walmart. And now these are all coming out at higher prices, and you can say, yes, they are, but they're coming out in 4K. Also fine, but these have been coming out. I don't know what this one is, but these have been coming out at that higher price tag. Like, what was the Substitute? Substitute also had sequels and it didn't come with it, but it came out at such a higher price tag. It also doesn't feel like the Vestron line anymore. So like the Vestron line, part of the best thing about it was they were simple Blu-rays, simple packaging of old classic movies that they're not for everybody. Like some of those movies are hard B movies that just, they're fine. They're fine enough, but they're not for everybody. And the fact that we are creeping up into these higher prices, we are hitting the 4Ks now, it does feel like it's changing. And so if it's changing, then the package has to change. Some other things feel like they have to change to then justify some of these higher price tags for some collectors. And I just always had that feeling like Vestron was like the B movie haven, very similar, on par with what a Kino Lorber title is. Kino Lorbers have their price tags and they have their lane. They put out amazing restorations, great stuff, and simple packaging as cheaply as possible. And they have a good price point. And Vestron had their version of it with these B movies or, horror movies or wherever they're putting out. and now they're creeping up in that higher price tag. I'm not stoked. And if I didn't already have the second sight version, I can't say I would be stoked about getting this at that higher price point, even though I like ginger snaps. And it's, I'm not a huge horror hound, but it's one of the ones I had to have. I imported it from the UK. So that's where I feel about it. I know it's a little ranty, but I also feel that it's valid. I think the artwork's great. If you are a Vestron collector, you don't have ginger snaps, you're a 4K collector, this is probably a solid pickup, but it does come with a higher price tag now. Yeah, I don't know. With just the simple plain packagings on par with Kino, asking $30, closer to $40 for some of these, because I think that's what they were asking for the substitute. I can't see that the value is really there. Because I think, I can't remember what I paid for the UK ginger snaps, but I want to say it was probably closer to that price. Then we got this. So this is something where I was talking about. It was on the forefront of my mind because I just was reading about this morning. So this Lions Limited announces Heart of Darkness, which Lionsgate Limited comes out at a premium price tag as well. And it's nice and it's great. And if you love Apocalypse Now and you really want to have this documentary thing in your collection, that's fine. But it's going to come at such a price tag. And some of this stuff I don't think needs these premium editions. And maybe they do. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But I know myself. And while I think Apocalypse Now is fine, I don't need to constantly go back to the documentary on something like this. And so this is another one. It'd be one and done for me, but it is coming out on 4K. And this has probably had other versions. Yeah. So we're getting other versions of this, right? Heart of Darkness. Yeah. Is this the same thing? Yeah. It came out in December on a standard version. So I'm not hating on this. If you love Apocalypse Now, you love this. It's totally, it makes sense that it exists, but it's already been out. Do you really need that Lionsgate Limited Steelbook? Maybe somebody does. I just don't see it, but to me, it feels almost cash grabby. It feels like if you are collecting Lionsgate Limited stuff, maybe that's why it's existing. Maybe I'm wrong, but for documentaries, like I said, I'm fine with my Turtles DVD documentary. If they put that out in a Lionsgate Limited Steelbook, I know I'm not upgrading. I'm fine with the DVD for what it is. So that's just that. But that is coming out. Maybe there's somebody excited about that, and maybe I'm wrong. But I just don't understand why it's being put out again like that. But this is something too. So what it was, Super Troopers 3 is coming out from Fox Searchlight Pictures. So when they tried to go to the studios for Super Troopers 2, the studios basically said no. They had to raise their own money to come out, and so they did that GoFundMe thing. I know that I pitched in $75 of my own money to get Super Troopers 2 made, and they did the whole campaign because the studios would not give them any money. And I think they were trying to just raise $1 million, and they ended up raising a bunch. But now we're getting Super Troopers 3, and it's a whole different animal. And so that's why I keep saying, I think that there's a great outlook for movies and then owning these movies, because it seems like all the new stuff is coming out to physical media. And this is one I'm excited for. I like it. I know it's an old sequel, and that's one of my biggest pet peeves is 30-year-old sequels, the long gaps between movies and bringing the old cast back. But I think it works for Super Troopers because it's just off the wall comedy. And I think that's something that's also been missing over the past few years, of just this offensive nonsense and just something to laugh at. It's just a movie. And I think these guys do it the best. And so I'm looking forward to it. I'm all in on this for sure. Let's see, what do we got? Let's hit up this chat. Umbrella is 100% region free, but yes, they do write region B on their releases. Don't know if it's covering their ass, kind of, for whatever reason. It might be, because I know when Master of the Universe came out from Umbrella, a lot of people pre-ordered it and people were excited. And then they put out an email to everybody that pre-ordered saying that, hey, this is region locked to region B on the Blu-ray. And so it's useless to you outside of the country. If you want to cancel, you can. And then there were people that canceled, and I didn't because I had a region free player anyway. And even if I didn't, I love that movie so much. Like I would have figured out a way to play it. And so then, yeah, and I got mine and it worked perfectly fine. And every single Umbrella edition that says region B, and now a few of them, not all of them, but a few of them do say A, B, and C on there. So it might be, like you said, might be covering their ass. Like they know that people are just going to buy these, and people do have region free players. And so just put them out there, and just like maybe the licensing makes them say that they have to put the region stamp on that. Yeah, I don't know, but I do know that all of my Powerhouse films, the ones that say region B, are 100% locked. So if you do order from them, they're one of the companies that they do lock them. And it's because that's what the contracts probably say when they get the licensing rights for those movies. So there's that. This is the third Laurel and Hardy from Eureka. Let's see. This is the third Laurel and Hardy release from Eureka. Have done with the first two are great. Definitely getting the third two. Yeah, sure. I'm all in. I'm all in for sure. Warlock collection best friend. Yeah, I have Warlock. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, they're all big collections, and so I think that's. I feel like, not trying to say that none of these companies can change or do something different or whatever, but I feel like if they're going to charge more, they have to evolve. And Vestron had a lane, and it was cheap, fun, schlocky B movies, and they have those. There's an audience for that. There is an audience for that, and then the price point I think was perfect for those movies and for what they're doing. Now that they're commanding a higher price, they haven't changed their packaging. They haven't changed their presentation. They're just now giving us a 4K, which I do understand it costs more. So I'm not saying that that's the problem, but I don't know. I don't know how it all 100% works, but like, I feel like if we're going to charge more, it just can't feel like that cheap schlocky B movie you found at Walmart. Yeah. Vestron was cheaper than when Lionsgate didn't think they were a boutique label. Yeah, 100%. That's what I feel. So I could be wrong, but I don't feel that the price is reflecting what it's costing them to put the film out for restorations, or what it costs for them to get the rights to the film. I'm assuming that they already have the rights to these films, and that's why they're being put out there. But I felt like Lionsgate had their lane, and then they saw the value in boutique labels, and so they did the Lionsgate Limited thing, and people are loving Steelbooks, and they're doing a great job over there. But then it felt like Vestron, everything that was going to Vestron was the crap. I'm not calling it crap, but it's like they thought it was the crap that nobody really wanted, but they could still make some money off of it. And that's why they were in Walmarts. Like, I don't remember the Vestron videos being anywhere else. Maybe they were, but anytime I bought one, I happened to see it at Walmart. And they always had that like smaller price tag. And yeah, so yeah, now they're considering it a boutique label. They're charging more, and they're giving us nothing else. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Yeah, so Second Sight Ginger Snaps was $36 for the chunky box with three films. And the Vestron version is about the same price. Crazy. Yeah, for one film. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it feels like not a cash grab, but it feels like they don't know what lane they're in. Like they're asking premium money without giving you a premium product. And you can't tell me Ginger Snaps is a $40 title without the other two movies. Like, you can't. Like, I like the film, but I even like when it was new back when it came out on DVD, I don't remember it being more than $20. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't feel like it was some movies would come out, and I guess prices were different back then, but like some movies would come out, like Star Wars would have a certain price, but Ginger Snaps had the lower price. That's where I'm at with that. Yeah, for sure. Give me a liter of cola. Yeah. Give me Super Troopers all day long, for sure. Super Troopers 3 looks like an 80s film. It looks good. It looks so much fun. I've watched the trailer. I'm in. And good morning, Dark Cloud. Good morning, brother. How the heck are you? Well, I'm about to wrap this up soon, but I am great, and I'm glad. I hope you are great as well. And I'm glad you're here. Speaking of region free updates on your Xbox saga. Okay, well, so I just found out the other day. So what happened was it finally 100% is fixed, but that's not the journey I was on. So what happened was they sent it to the third party seller. They tried to get it here through the third party shipper. And so when you sell anything internationally through eBay, you have to just ship it to whatever hub is. And so I don't know what it is around the world, but in the United States, our hub is in Kentucky. And so it goes to the Kentucky post office. And then from there, it just gets sent off to wherever. So you only actually have to pay to ship it to Kentucky from wherever you are in the United States. And then it's the same exact way anywhere else in the world that uses eBay. They have a location where they have to ship it to. And so that'll cost them that much to ship it there. And then, we pay the rest. Like we still get charged however it works. But then eBay, instead of using their normal, going through USPS, which I've had everything go through, went through this third party international shipper that wouldn't go to base and wouldn't deliver here. And so they just had failed attempt. And I know they didn't fail the attempt because the gate guard would have called me and said, hey, there's somebody trying to deliver something. And I never even got that phone call. So they're supposed to try 2 attempts and then they send it back to the person. Well, there's only the one failed attempt. And then when it even tried to get delivered, it was after my 30 days of, the eBay, you can't return stuff kind of thing because it came from the UK. And then trying to contact that person did not want to deal with any of it at all. He just said, I did my part. I shipped it to where I was shipping it to. So you just contact eBay. Well, I look at the thing and it kept saying it was through Pitney Bowers and they were handling it. They were like the middleman or they were delivering it. And I go to them and all I could do is track the delivery, but it wasn't 100% complete saying what had happened. It didn't say failed. It just said it was out for delivery, but then nothing for like days. And when I try to contact them, basically they won't deal with me at all. And it says I have to deal with eBay. And so I try to deal with eBay. I try to deal with them, try and deal with it. And I guess if the guy had just contacted Pitney Bowers, it might have got all cleared up. But then it wasn't until after they were sending it back that it popped up through Pitney Bowers. The actual, the final thing was that it was at this third party shipper called Uni, UNI. It's said it twice. And they were trying to ship it, but they will not ship to a post office box and they won't even attempt to come on the military base. And so they don't have it. So they're sending it back to him and then contact eBay trying to do that. They opened up a case. I said, it's not been delivered. They haven't opened up a case. And then the other day it came back saying, I got a partial refund of 21 cents on the very last day, the last minute that he had the ability to do anything. And so I was angry because that's $200. I'm out. Because it was like 100 and something, whatever it was. And then shipping, it was $200 with tax. And so I'm like, that's crazy. And it was all done through AI and I was trying to email and do it. And so I was mad about it. But then I went to check yesterday because I was just telling Andy the story. And then he was like, what? And I went to take the screenshot where it said refund 21 cents and then case closed and everything's good. And then it finally was fixed. And so I only paid 21 cents. And then I got a full refund of the rest of the money. And so I lost 21 cents on the deal, but it didn't look like that 2 days ago. It looked like I was being reimbursed 21 cents and I was livid. So I don't have it. I got my money back, most of it, and it's being sent back to him. And then I have 2 Blu-rays in a very similar situation and a chip that I ordered for my GameCube. They came from China in a very similar situation, all from eBay, and then one thing from Amazon actually, and they're all kind of missing. And it's all that whole third party shipper thing of everybody trying to save money and they won't ship on base. So, and then most of those will not ship to my post office box. So then I hit up my friend in Australia, or not America, and he's going to go grab one next week. And then I'm just going to send him the money. And then he's just going to send it to my post office box. And so that's how I'm going to deal with that whole thing. But I was just waiting for the refund on this and figuring that out. And yeah, it sucked. It sucked. But that's 2 whole months, the money wasted, the time wasted. And it's frustrating. And then just dealing with it back and forth. And then I was like the whole, you got a partial refund of 21 cents. Oh, I was livid. I was livid. But then it's trying to deal with everything's on AI now. And so there's no not being able to have a conversation with people is just very frustrating now. But yeah, that's where I got most of my money back, but it took a long time. All Umbrella are not region free. Oh, okay. Well, all of my ones that say region B locked just work in my players just fine. And so like, I don't own every single Umbrella title ever, but I just checked them the other day because my friend in Australia just asked me about that because, I don't remember exactly why he asked me, but he asked me if they were. So I checked them all, and every single Umbrella Blu-ray that I had that said region B locked, they all 100% played in my players. So if they're not, then yeah, we're just stick with that. Get a region free player. That's the best way possible for sure. Hey 80s, quick question. Did you get the email I sent you on Monday regarding Saturday giveaway mug I won? Oh, I did. Let's see. Oh, no, I didn't. If I will check. Maybe I'm horrible with my emails, brother. I will get you that mug today. Just let me know which one you want. If you want the white one that says 80s made, or if you want the new version, the black mug with the octopus logo and all that, let me know. And I will get you that today. So I apologize about that, but I'm horrible with emails. I really am. But I didn't forget. I even said at the beginning of this stream that because I couldn't remember who won. I said whoever won the mug didn't claim the mug. So we got to get that squared away. So I did say that at the very beginning of the stream because I felt bad. I felt like I missed out and maybe what was going on. But yeah, I'll take care of that, brother. But the best thing is if you do have Twitter, even if you don't use it, just follow me over there. And then that way you can email me or you can direct message me. And it just works out so much better. But I will definitely take care of that. Let's see. I've not seen region locked Umbrella release yet. Or let's see. I have not seen a region locked Umbrella release yet. And they always say people can play whatever movie they are asked about, even asking about. That's such a small screen now. Even when they're asking the person is from. So yeah, that's the thing. I didn't have the issue, and it was the exact same thing. Whereas like I remember that email went out over the Mario Brothers one, and people were mad about it, and then it came and it worked perfectly fine. So yeah, I haven't had an issue. And I just checked like 2 days ago. I heard a rumor. Is it true that Best Buy has stopped selling 4K UHD Blu-ray players? I have not been to a Best Buy since I moved here. And before then, I hadn't even been to a Best Buy probably since they stopped carrying movies in stores. So it's possible. I know that any electronic store that I've been in lately, I haven't seen any. So you can still get them on Amazon and get them online. But that has been the push. Like they're trying to. That's why I constantly say, like, I think physical media isn't going anywhere. And you start looking at the numbers, like the numbers are selling a ton. And so they're not selling what they sold a decade ago. I get it, but they're selling more than vinyl records are just on the DVD side. So add in Blu-ray, add in 4K, add that stuff. So as a whole, they're selling a ton more than vinyl is. But the fact that you can go into any store, buy a vinyl record, and you can buy a player is nuts when they are selling more. So you can't tell me there isn't this backdoor deal where some of these companies are trying to force the obsolescence. They're trying to force them to stop doing it. You can't tell me. I get that some of these companies, they have other things to focus on and they can look at, maybe physical media makes up this small portion of maybe their profits. And so they need the floor space to put some other things on. But you can't tell me it's completely dead to the fact that Best Buy, an electronics retailer that sells televisions, can't still sell the players when they're selling vinyl records and vinyl, turntables. The turntable market is not as big as the DVD market still is. So, and I get it. It's been on a decline. I totally understand. So you can't even say that it's not. But if it's still bigger than vinyl and vinyl has a space, then I can't see why the players for just a Blu-ray or even DVD players just don't have a space. So that's why I also say, if you're into this hobby, get a backup. Even if you don't open it, it just kind of sits in your closet just in case you just have one. You don't even have to spend a fortune on it, just as long as it works. But yeah, it's one of those things. They've been trying it for a long time because this isn't the first time. Like they've been talking about, I think since like the PlayStation 4 era, they were talking about the video game systems, like doing away with discs and disk drives. Cause like that's been the goal, because they don't have to spend the money on it if they can do things digitally. And it's not great because you don't own it. And there's been, a million videos as to why that sucks. But yeah, I think it's the manufacturers pushing obsolescence than an actual reality. Uni, who is AliExpress, uses the other companies use. Oh, yeah, the thing I ordered didn't come from AliExpress. Like, that's the other crazy thing. It didn't come from AliExpress. Like, that was the link I got from Pitney Bowers after like I was already like not getting my money back, and I was having a trouble like trying to find this thing that was lost, and it was the Xbox. It was Uni was ended up being that. And then, so yeah, it's weird. Like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, the stuff is being sent through third-party sellers, because if they sent it through the USPS, I would have never had an issue. The AI customer service sucks so bad. Yeah, it really, really does. I haven't heard They Will Kill You. It looks good. It is so much fun. And I'm telling you, like, I knew Zazie Beetz, I knew she was into movies. I knew that. But like, this made me a fan. So much fun. And like, it's so many movies, inspiration just rolled up into one. And I really, really liked it. I did. And for me, it's a high recommend, but it's like, I'm telling you, it's one of those ones that nobody would have been talking about back in the 90s. You would have found it at the video store and you would have told all your friends. It's fun. It's bloody. It's ridiculous. The bad kid from Harry Potter's in it. And man, the kill counts in there, ludicrous. I loved it. I want the new version with the octopus. Okay, I'll send you a link over today. I'll find that email for sure. And the one thing, one of the big stores I used to buy movies from removed the movie section and replaced them with Funko Pops. Let's see. And they are pretty much more dead now than physical media, right? Right. I'm telling you, you can't tell me that it's a reality, because like, that's the conversation that keeps coming up. It's like people that don't get into this hobby, they're like, you're just trying to, salvage a dead ship or some weird thing, some weird analogy like that. And I'm just like, no, it's not. Like, if you look at the numbers, like just the vinyl record thing is less than this. And you can't tell me, Funko Pops are outselling Blu-ray movies or DVD movies. You can't. And so like, yeah. And it's just floor space in that one store. It's in all those stores. So yeah, it's eating up a lot of floor space for nothing. And yeah, those Funko Pops, like, they were huge for a moment, but it's like the modern equivalent of Beanie Babies. Like, there are some cool Funko Pops that I would probably even get, but like, there was this whole weird era where there were people that had like never open like stacks, floor to ceiling, the whole entire wall. Like, I'd turn on to YouTube and people would be talking about these Funko Pops, and I was like, what the heck is this? And like, my kids got a couple of them, and that's it. I mean, the coolest one I ever saw, Arthur has it, which is damn it, now I forget, the samurai one, the anime with Sam Jackson. What the heck is that? What's it? I forget now. I forget the name of it. I know what it is, but I love it. Now I can't think of it, but it's great. He has the Funko Pop. I think that's the coolest Funko Pop. That's the coolest one. And I might end up trying to track one of those down, because that's the coolest one. But like, there's so many of those things, and like, they're a little silly, a little goofy. And so if you have like a ton of them, it feels like the whole Beanie Baby thing, like having one or two, like a couple cool ones. Yeah, I get it. But to have a whole floor space dedicated to it, you can't tell me those things are making money hand over fist. Not all. Yeah, Afro Samurai. Yeah, for sure. Afro Samurai is the coolest Funko Pop I've ever seen. I love Afro Samurai. And it's one of the HD DVDs that I really wanted to get in the collection. They probably have Blu-rays now, but when I was getting an HD DVD, finding out that it had an HD DVD, I wanted Afro Samurai. I've only had it on the DVDs. So yeah, I might, they got to have Blu-ray. So I got to track that down now, because I want to rewatch it now too, for sure. Yeah. It has that vibe. The amount of blood and the amount of ridiculousness and how they die. Yes, it has a Ready or Not vibe, but it's not. And I liked Ready or Not too. I saw that too recently. I liked it. I liked the first one better, but Ready or Not too, it wasn't 100% of a rehash and good enough. Like, it was one of those things where I really enjoyed it, and there was no nitpicks. There was nothing I would go, oh, it would be better if this happened. Like I didn't have any of that. I enjoyed Ready or Not 2 100%, like enough to buy it, like for sure. Yeah, I was like, I knew what you were saying as soon as I saw it. Yeah, Afro Samurai for sure. I love Afro Samurai. I sold my pops in 2021, and I had so many. So glad I sold them all. Yeah, well, it's like I collect whatever you want. Like that's what I'm not here to like dog on that. I just feel like there was a time where people were pushing them, and that's the thing is like people weren't opening them. And they were treating it like it was going to pay for their house or pay for their retirement. Like I was like, if they make millions of these things and everybody keeps them in boxes, then they're worth nothing. But if you want to collect it and you want to have it, cool. Like that is the cool thing. I just don't think they're making money hand over fist. And to replace your movie section for Funko Pops is crazy. You can't tell me it's like it's real. Yeah. So that's that. And then I'm probably gonna have to call this. I think, let me double check. Is there anything else here that I was like, I really was stoked about? No. Doctor Who season 2. I know there's Doctor Who fans. I've never been able to get into Doctor Who. But Doctor Who season 2 is coming out. The Descent is getting a 4K. I think that Light Up My Life. There's some things coming out. Some things. Nothing crazy. But yeah, Super Troopers 2 or Super Troopers 3 was the last one that I was like, I'm super stoked. Can't wait for it. And I'm definitely excited. But anyway, guys, I got a long day ahead of me. And yeah, always thanks for hanging out. Remember to hit up the community tabs. If you post that stupid picture of me, blue corner, make sure you put fixed with AI or something. Like put it in there. That is not me. So anyway, with that, remember watching a movie today, and I'll catch you guys next time.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Oh, don't give me a cat. That's fine.